Boswell, and Illinois with 11 on the shot clock.
The Illini can't settle here. The way they shot it from 2 in the first meeting in February, 23 of 34, but right on cue of Ivisic, he can burn you from 3. Dembele is becoming a player, whether it's the offensive glass, the confidence of the jump shot. He's doing some very positive things for the Hawkeyes.
Open 3, and that one rattles home again. Ivisic.
Off the bounce. St. Peyton Sanford to really bring it. And I've said that every game that I've done of Iowa since the Owen Freeman injury. But if those guys aren't really good today, it's going to be tough to beat a team like Illinois.
Ivisic against Nebraska, trying to find that rhythm again.
Roll and replace action. It's not easy to guard right there. Pick and roll. You got him coming behind.
Ivisic short on that one. Sanford in some pain. He got 5 of 8 now is Iowa from three-point land. Ivisic, his 3rd from range.
If you're in the drop or
line for Thelwell tonight, though, just 1 for 5. Shot clock down to 10 for Riley. Back out he goes. Ivisic has had the hot hand from 3. This one won't go, and Traore to rebound. And now Yakachonis, he had 2 fouls for a good portion of that first half. Ivisic one-on-one inside against Laji Dembele, and that left-handed hook so soft.
But the leverage he gets with that right plays at one of the fastest tempos in this league. It's a great look from Will Riley, but the Illini have to get back in transition defense.
Ivisic short on the shot, and it ends up back in his hands. Here's Riley to...
He's very mad.
Boswell inside, catch, finish, foul. One more for Illinois at the line.
Yakachonis, eyes up, surveying. Riley.
Nice give. That's a tough shot for a big guy.
Why so from there?
The 10-footer, you pull the string. Sometimes you can make this 3, so you got to shadow him.
Yakachonis hooks a pass. There's the 3 from Ivisic. He got it.
A passer, a shooter, and he's healthy.
That is a 10-0 run for the Boilermakers now, and it is very quiet.
Nice pass. But again, the cut. Ivisic in the right spot. Riley with the 5. Big size of number 13. Jones been quiet. Another good look because of him dragging through.
Ivisic the miss. Rebound for Braden Smith, and he is pedaled. By the way, he's pre-med at Purdue. Riley shaking down the lane.
Nice pass.
And he got it to Ivisic.
Oh, nice little delivery, soft enough, good eye, hands him going.
Ivisic, Lawyer shows a little help, swipes away.
I like this off the timeout. Good call by Brad. Why not? Get away from the threes. You're not making them.
11, 3, and 6 already for Braden Smith, the all-time assist leader in Purdue history. Ivisic. He didn't look comfortable with the footwork there. 11th layup tonight for Purdue. Tough catch, Yakachonis. Ivisic, catch and shoot.
He was right on it, wasn't he, from here?
It looked like it.
Yeah, just didn't have enough. Oh.
First, trying to arm bar Ivisic.
Everybody's staying at home for the kick out.
Good defense by First.
Against not much in the box score.
FaceTime for Bobby Riddell, the color analyst for Purdue Radio, by the way, who is as big of a Purdue guy as anybody.
Shooter.
Ivisic for 3. It's 5 in a row.
And all of a sudden, you fall asleep.
This early in the game. Illinois defeated Iowa by 20 and just turned it over 5 times. Here's a 3. Ivisic can't get it to go. Knocked away. White knocked it out. Michigan
in making them. So they take a lot, they miss a lot, but they also get a lot of offensive rebounds. Michigan's got to be very concerned about their defensive rebounding so far.
The miss from distance by Ivisic and picked up in.
Hanging against Ivisic, it looks like a foul waiting to happen.
Yakachonis into the big man. Ivisic was right there and puts it through.
Yakachonis and Ivisic.
Wasn't he, Dan?
No.
Are you sure?
Again, in Big Ten play, he shoots under 25%.
Ivisic puts it up and through. A 3 for him. He's one of the top 4. And they're here today for Senior Day. With a career that was terrific at Florida Atlantic. He's been wonderful in his 1 year here at Michigan. Ivisic inside. Cheddar tried to grab it. Whistle in there. Ivisic back to Humrick House. And he's got all kinds of gold and maze around him. So he feeds. It ends up Ivisic in the corner. 3. No. Rebound. Grabbed onto by Wolf.
Neither one of these teams can get much of an offensive flow going except for Boswell. He's got a pretty nice flow going.
Ivisic over Golden. On the rebound by Namari Burnett. Wolf comes out on him. Riley is there. Ivisic the screen, leads the way, and he feeds with the Riley pass, which was pinpoint.
That was a great job by Riley. There was
16 points and 6 rebounds a game for the Wolverines.
And Michigan has gone back to the man-to-man here to start the second half.
Ivisic, 3. Rebound, Boswell collects, fakes. Big run by Illinois came with Ivisic on the bench. He gets it from Yakachonis. Working inside, grinding on Golden. Who grabs the loose ball with a foul inside, reaching.
Game certainly at Rutgers, but they've been in most of their games the last 9 without Owen Freeman.
Once again, trying to get into the paint, and it works. Ivisic has the first 4.
He's gotten more opportunity, and he's been a force on the offensive glass.
He's a good-sized kid, 6'8", just below 260. Ivisic from the elbow.
Iowa going 2-3 zone, and Ivisic just... See if Iowa does a better job of taking away the middle. When they go 2-3 zone, you can't just throw it in there to Ivisic and think he's not going to make that shot.
He hits it again.
That was at least guarded there. That's just Ivisic.
Yakachonis kicks. Boswell. Ivisic. Short. Yakachonis rising. Boswell penetrates. Cannot finish. And tap back no good.
But they got great looks. You get a second chance
at a miss.
See if Iowa goes to those flare screens. I mentioned the Duke game, how it was a bit of a struggle. Iowa likes to set a lot of them.
And Ivisic already has 11. You just get the sense that Illinois has that look in their eyes tonight.
They got to keep attacking the paint. I know some shots have gone down, but Iowa's a team that's not been able to go Illinois.
Yes, Illinois, that too. Ivisic getting inside, spinning, and he stops the drought.
There's just no answer for Illinois when they drive.
Great game against Oregon last week. Starting to put in some good minutes for Fran McCaffrey. Here he is defending Ivisic, but Ivisic just over the top.
He's got that size. You know, Ivisic at 7'1".
Ivisic has been the man for Illinois in this half. He gives it up to Boswell. Ivisic wants 3 more. Battle for the board. Down to the deck, contested, down inside. DeBella got to put it up. Left it short, final seconds. How about Ivisic, 3-quarter court? Oh, my.
Wow.
The big fella. Duke, he got bounced around in Riley a little bit.
Duke's got grown men.
They do.
That was crazy.
And Ivisic is a grown man tonight, 17.
He's down. Iowa's got number and mix it up.
His brother Peyton will be done after this year, but Price still a couple years left.
What a fake.
That was pretty for Ivisic.
It's hard to guard. Not only is Dembele giving up size, but Ivisic.
Well, you're always taking cheap shots at your friends.
That's not true.
Really feel
only
bad.
You and Bobby.
Oh, nice behind the back. Ivisic is up over 20 now.
Sit out. Yakachonis on the move to the bucket, pushes off, tries to deal it. Top of the arc, Ivisic. Tyrese Proctor with the rebound. He'll rake it and take it. And Duke takes an 8-2 lead. Yakachonis wraps it around. Ivisic. They need him to start hitting some. Ball tapped up and in. Well done by Trey Wright. Yakachonis, 8 to shoot. Will Riley's in the game now for Illinois. Another talented freshman. Ivisic with an air ball. He's been struggling with the...
Okay.
Yakachonis. Inside. And it's Ivisic. Conrad, Montana.
The 2-man game working to perfection.
Ivisic guarded by Malawach. Ivisic from Croatia. Nice pivot. And
yeah, but nice patience too, knowing Malawach was right.
Illinois 0 for 12 from the 3-point line. One of those days. Ivisic 0 for 13. Davis with a rebound. Knipple is 6'7", 217. He's a big boy. Here's Ivisic slipping, jump hook inside. Over Malawach, can't get it to go. Flag with a rebound.
And that's, I think, where
a good defense that time by the Illini. Now this is where you got to take advantage of it, flow into your offense.
Ivisic got the hit one, and he does. Finally. That's time.
To finish softly off the glass.
He has 12. Yakuchonis inside. Baseline. Ivisic.
No legs, Gus.
No
Those shots.
legs, yeah.
Those shots even inside are coming.
John Blackwell so good when he's in attack mode.
Ivisic from downtown, and that's off the mark. And a rebound for the aforementioned John. Trey White.
Ivisic did a really nice job of staying between him and the basket, forcing him to try to make a tough shot.
And now on the other end, flying through Colin Boswell.
Hummercast wide open to his left.
Down inside, Ivisic patient. Count it, a friendly roll. He'll try for a three-point play. Taken out of there by Riley.
Got numbers if they can get it.
Ivisic, long rebound, coming to Crowell, and here comes Wisconsin.
Pass from Crowell.
What a luxury to have 7-footers that can shoot it, dish it, move up and down.
Speaking of.
Yep, in and out for Ivisic. Rebound, Tajay. Yep.
On the road.
Yeah, they said they did it for him. That was a tough call where he got that flagrant 2.
Nice.
Ivisic collects and scores at the rim.
Yeah, I didn't think that should have been a flagrant 2. I thought it should have been a...
Humberhouse to Riley. Down the lane, Will Riley. Tap back, Ivisic starting to come to life.
And he did exactly what you should.
Boswell, 9 to shoot. Dumps it. Inside, left-hand runner. And that one will not go for Ivisic. Michigan State, the first meeting in East Lansing. Ivisic. Baseline turn. Curl. Jump hook. Got it. It's inside. Picked it up. Boswell. Quick lefty down the lane. Hands it off baseline. Ivisic with the easy teardrop. He's got 6 tonight. Ivisic blocked. As Spears got a hand on that basketball. Yakuchonis, Ivisic straight away. Long rebound and a whistle coming up. It looks like a... Now Riley 10 to shoot. Ivisic. Shot's not going now for the Illini. Out of bounds. First meeting in East Lansing. Riley got cooking late in the first half. Inside, nice feed. But Ivisic can't fit it. Yakuchonis drives baseline. Wraps it around deep. Tried to get the rebound, but no. Ivisic. Inside lefty jump hook, rims off. Woo.
Coach Underwood setting things up offensively. The NBA has eyes on him already. How about a three-pointer set up beautifully and knocks down Tomislav Ivisic.
Take that rim or take that lid off their basket.
Ivisic taking his time on the offensive end of the court, and the shot was long. Now Boswell with it. Riley off the screen, kick it. Ivisic, that stroke is pure.
Might ride the big fella the rest of the game.
That's the 4th three-pointer for Philadelphia. Yakuchonis with the kick. Big man on the other end of the court looking for a 3.
Single-handedly here.
Yakuchonis double comes. He kicks. Ivisic. The big men are heating up.
Minor content to take plenty of time off the shot clock.
Ivisic on the money. 8 to shoot. Humberhouse taking his time, taking too much time. Just 1 second to shoot, and that shot is just long. Although a decent look, the Bruins were almost trying to foul. Nobody got a piece, though. Ivisic now passes it ahead, back to Boswell. It is incredible ball movement for the slam. Ivisic slams it home.
A 3-of-6 performance on the road in the win at Penn State.
Illinois has been turnover prone lately. Here's Ivisic driving, and there is Ivisic cleaning it up.
Ivisic takes a tumble as he tries to get back.
Boswell helping him up to his feet as Hummerkaus along the baseline to Ivisic, and 2 more.
How about the pass from Hummerkaus? That's a very, isn't able to elevate. That's a shot he usually contests.
That's the point. Ivisic, he'll fire for 3 and knocks it down. He looks good. Early on, Minnesota team has won, played better. You're seeing improvement game after game from many of these new faces. Ivisic, and Ivisic knocks down his second 3.
Honestly, Corey,
knocked down 8 total all year.
26% on the season.
This match here, Ivisic against Patterson, and that was easy for Ivisic. He has 12. Notice Hummerkaus. Now this is Ivisic with 5 against Rigsby, and off the glass, Illinois found the mismatch.
And not.
Ivisic from Hummerkaus missed the bunny, but the putback is there. 16 and 10 for the meeting between these two programs. Riley, by the way, up to 9 rebounds. Ivisic with 2 more.
How about
teams turning it over on back-to-back possessions? Ivisic has been quiet early. Into Ivisic at the free throw line. This is his first shot.
He's trying to find his rhythm. Amazing that he...
Dort, one of the fantastic 5 freshmen that came in this year. 3-ball. Ivisic no good. Out of bounds off of Illinois. He could still be the trigger man if they need it. Riley feels the double. Ivisic open 3. Davis with another offensive rebound for the Illini. Starting to come in bunches now. Ivisic finds Ivisic for 3 again.
Yes.
Finally, Illinois knocks down a 3.
Ivisic finally.
Ivisic on Somerville. Ivisic, nice.
Well, he felt Lathan Somerville the whole way on that. I wonder if Dylan Harper might be a little fatigued out here.
Ivisic missed the 3. Kept in bounds. Nice. The ball was not moving very much for Rutgers in the later stages of that first half. Ivisic down low.
He's got the mismatch there with Dylan Grant, and if
there it is. Ivisic backing down, using that forearm, left hand off the window, good.
He's just got the size mismatch where he can go over the top.
Almost a steal for Harper. Instead, Boswell comes out of the fray. Ivisic for 3. Hummerkaus has been all over the offensive glass.
Known for his shooting, but he has developed into an all-around player. They love him.
Ivisic.
Here's that jumper.
Ivisic 3. With a rebound. Hustled inside by Johnson, the freshman. To Royal, and knocked away with another Buckeye turnover. On the wing, Hummerkaus. Ivisic on top, a long 3.
Plus 3-point shooter on the season.
Oh, a fake by Ivisic. Nice play. Takes it to the hole. What a pass fake, which again...
This game, there's going to be some hard-nosed perimeter defense. Every bucket, you're going to have to work for it.
Ivisic 3.
Good-looking shot, isn't it?
It is. He's got a great stroke, and he is number 5 in the Big Ten Conference in 3-point shots made, and he's showing it with a couple trays here. Ivisic inside, and the rebound by Mobley.
Getting a couple of good looks. Illinois not coming up with anything.
White racing the other way for the Illini, makes a move. And Ivisic with the shot. Couldn't get it.
Yeah, well done. Another one today.
Illinois scoreless in their last 6 possessions. 8-0 Ohio State run. Ivisic across the lane. Rebound collected by Parrish.
Well defended again on that rebound. Know your scouting reports, Kev. Even though he hit the 1 3-point shot at 22%, you give him that shot.
Ivisic 3. It's another rebound. Parrish will collect it right there. He's got
to build some confidence. It's the offensive side. Nice look. Oh, he had a shot just
He
then.
did. Ivisic. He'll work into Bradshaw.
That's a little better.
It is.
The 1-footer is better than the 5-footer.
From the Missouri Valley Conference Evansville team was an MVC scholar athlete.
Nice cut.
Good cut. Good finish. Inside. Ivisic gets it to go.
That's the second option on that play, too. They just methodically breaking people down.
Boswell with a 3. Rebound Ivisic. Puts it up and through.
And there were a couple of guards that were hanging around him down low, I thought.
Today, because they will be pushed hard both ways.
This is Kaspars Yakuchonis, certainly one of the elite freshmen in the country, and they waste no time. Ivisic. Michigan State beating Penn State here on Wednesday. Another home win where they've won 9 straight in this building to begin the season. Ivisic.
Having defensive breakdowns if you're the Spartans when it comes to pick and roll coverage and open threes.
Ivisic 3-pointer, no, and look at the Illini crashing game. I beg your pardon, 0 for 4. This is Boswell into the corner for Riley. Ivisic, the leader, soft touch.
Beautiful pass, and these two teams, two of the better fiddler.
This is Ivisic on the box, backing down Cooper. 7 on the timer. Ivisic, the little hesitation. And now Michigan. So 2 chances for the Spartans to take their first lead, but they come up empty. Ivisic gonna fire from deep, front rim. Offensive foul over the backs. Riley in the corner, good close by Kohler. Riley gonna take him, the freshman coming baseline. Up, no. Ivisic. That'll give the Illini some breathing room.
3-on-2.
3-pointer from Holloman won't go. Now Boswell looking to push pace the other way. Right side goes no look. Sweet dime for Ivisic.
Well,
Holloman really their only consistent source of offense so far in this game.
They've got other guys that are capable. They just need to step up.
Ivisic buries a 3.
Man's game and potential for stardom down the road. Plays with great poise. There's short.
This is going to be a rebounding foul. Loose ball. Akins. His second personal.
Well,
this is Ivisic. Pulls up from deep. A little bit too much. Richardson looking to push. That's Ivisic.
Yeah, good verticality that time.
Ivisic is going to pull. It's a deep 3. A little bit short, and it belongs.
See it in his demeanor.
Unflappable is the word that comes to mind, Clark. You used it. Ivisic leaning in. Boy, those two, the synergy between them.
4 games, double-doubles for the big fella.
10 and 13 in the last one. Yakuchonis leave it. Ivisic over the double, and he squeezes it through.
Boy, really good job there. Indiana cracking back on that dribble drive. You get a pretty good delivery by the big fella, Umar Ballo.
Here's that pick and roll we've seen all season between Yakuchonis and Ivisic. He'll pop for the 3, way off.
That's another area Ivisic has struggled in. Last 4 games.
4 for 16 start. Gibbs Lawhorn. Too strong. Rebound Ivisic. Second chance. He'll just go right back up and knock it down.
But Ivisic is only a freshman. He shouldn't be able to move Umar Ballo like.
2-man game with Ivisic. He'll step into the 3. Ivisic, right place, right time for the slam.
This is just not good enough by Indiana rebounding the basketball. Give up another offense.
And has had some important moments for this team this year. Pick and pop. Ivisic 3 is good.
The drop coverage, that's going to be a tough guard for Ballo. Pick and pop Ivisic, very keen.
Riley, drive, caught up. Mbako there defensively. Reload with Ivisic. No shot. Ivisic connects. Under 6 to play in the first half. Ivisic another 3. Book it.
He's got this thing on auto right now. That shot all of a sudden looks so confident.
Within 25. Can they get this to 20 or below? Ivisic finally misses one.
A good sense of urgency there by Ballo on the closeout.
Now he's got the seal on green from Ivisic. 10 to shoot for Boswell. Ivisic squares. Can't hit the three. Rebound Davis, and he's fouled by Rice.
Jake Davis now has an way.
They'll back him down. Ivisic clears the space. Galloway, physical defense, got the stop, out of bounds, going the other way. Under 12 to play, gonna pull. Can't hit the three. Rebound, offensive for Ivisic. Can't clean it up. I mean, Boswell's playing with a different level of confidence right now.
No doubt.
Drives on Ballo, sacks him down, bodies him up, Ballo with a block. Good, he thought about.
Boswell thought about it, passed up the three. Offense starts again with Ivisic. Ivisic right to the rim.
Yates not panicking and proper use of the Euro step there, and Yates continuing his outstanding play after an injury-plagued season a year ago at Washington.
Ivisic off the heel, another offensive rebound.
The play happened. He did it. There was a body between he and the call that made it difficult for all involved.
Corner three, Ivisic rattles in and out. Trojans going the other way. You got a four-on
of coming down with a purpose on the double.
First couple of years at Xavier. Ivisic pops for a three, got it. This is the fourth three of the game for Illinois.
Second time he's done it here today.
Down low, Ivisic uses that strong left hand, no good. Rebound taps out to Abo. Riley back on the floor for Illinois. Starters back out there. Boswell on the floor, 3 fouls. Nice job. Ivisic couldn't hit the shot.
Well, that was a nice cut, though.
You can see the...
Ivisic will take that mid-range jumper and air ball, though. Kick back out to Riley. Penn State have kind of traveled. Illinois doing a great job of gapping everything and just clogging anything going toward the basket for Penn State. Second chance opportunity. Hicks cleans up the rebound. Kern pushing the tempo. Kern, who made the start today in place of Puff Johnson, who's out, not with the team. Gibbs Longhorn for three. In and out. Ivisic follows. And that's just what Illinois, Michigan's got it all. Another turnover from Penn State. Gibbs Longhorn kicks. Ivisic for three. Air ball. Turned right back over. Ace Baldwin and kind of his body language. And see Joe Crispin, great Penn State player, quality control coach. He has been talking with Ace Baldwin this entire half. Gibbs Longhorn now for three. Ivisic keeps it alive. Right hand, no good. Ivisic taps out to Dunn.
Recognize it. Look, we don't want him to be a facilitator. We want the ball in his hands making plays. And that's for himself and others.
Ivisic with a nice move.
This Illinois team's just so hard. Can't get back and get that lethal defense they have set.
Trying to weather the early storm from Illinois. Ivisic hits a three.
He can do that, and that's what really
swats the ball out of somebody's hand. It is like a
surprise he doesn't pop the ball.
Anvil dropping, I know. Ivisic, deep position. Second chance.
Wow. 2-point blankers.
Nearly a turnover, but an open look. Homrick House, in and out. And Ivisic there to clean it up.
Well, that's the problem. You got to get out to shooters, and that leaves that paint open. That one.
Ball snapping around inside to Ivisic. Breidenbach walling up, and Ivisic is short.
It's the third time Ivisic has missed a point. Interesting, Washington isn't using as much clock. Now they're down 12, so maybe that's why, but not using as much clock in the half court as I thought they would.
Ivisic, long miss to Davis. It was when this building opened. They dedicated the building. It was great seeing some of those photos earlier in the broadcast of the program from that day. Ivisic with 9 points now.
A good sign for him. Missed a couple. May not be going so fast here. Shorten this game a little bit.
Ivisic. And a foul from Yakuchonis going over the back. Trey White.
Good kick out.
Ivisic won't have it go down. Boswell goes flailing. It's out of
pitch. And that gets knocked away by Brandon Angel, but saved. Shot clock is low. Ivisic sees it and gets blocked out of bounds by Nate Biddle. It's a shot clock violation. 7'1" and 7 foot Nate Biddle and Tomislav Ivisic.
Both of which can step out and shoot.
And Ivisic can't get the bounce, and Angel the rebound. Ivisic. Boswell getting hounded. It creates an open look. Ivisic answers.
Defensive player, but he's got to want it. Trey White's going to test him.
Ivisic stretching the floor, and he hits another three, his second of the night. Here's Trey White. Ivisic. Shelstad in time. The bench is having a cold night. Trey White. Ivisic. And he's got it's become a really balanced scoring effort, right? I mean, this was a 7-point game at halftime. It's just been a second half blitz. Ivisic. And another offensive rebound.
Get to the basket, get to the free throw line.
Yakuchonis keeps the possession alive. Ivisic off the glass.
Chicago State pass.
It is not a very high-scoring Chicago State team. They average only 59 points a game. There's Ivisic with another two.
3 possessions.
First time he's been a head coach at any level. Boswell back to Ivisic. Another look at the rim. But the Illini missed that.
5 out. Illinois likes keeping Ivisic, Hummerkaus in the paint to help out, and they're going to have to come out and defend beyond the three-point arc.
This time a long shot for Ivisic, kept alive by Hummerkaus, who feeds him again, and that's an easy two.
He's technically a sophomore, but they've really been strong defenders for the Illini.
Such a physical game in Europe. That was one of the things that Underwood's been so impressed with. We've got 8 early points for Tomislav Ivisic.
Yakuchonis has been their go-to guy in the clutch, but Kylan Boswell was their leader.
He drives the paint, dishes out to Riley, swinging around to Ivisic, who can hit a three, as he does there. Chicago State's Gabe Spinelli, they had missed their last 8 shots, hadn't scored in more than 13 minutes. Perez Johnson fighting for the board. Yakuchonis joked about me bringing up the 112 points as their season high in a game, but
you brought it up 3 minutes into the game.
I was pretty confident. Ivisic with a friendly roll, and he's already up to 5th.
At a very high level for some years now, and it's allowing this adjustment to college basketball be much easier than for most.
Look at the ball movement, setting up Ivisic for another three-pointer.
Move. You show the ball, show it high, especially get an edge on the defender. Very nice move.
Ivisic is hitting threes. That's his 3rd of the day. Oregon game then for the Washington. Quick feed to Ivisic for an easy 2 on the other side.
We saw Dre Gibbs there with his speed, and Ivisic.
They're pushing them off of their block right now.
And they've run this screen all the way out to midcourt. Ivisic, size advantage on Bates. Ivisic giving him 14 and 10, his twin brother. Hummerkaus lets it fly. Ivisic, no. But he draws a whistle and a push on the shot attempt.
Threes where they've had double-digit threes in the last couple of games.
Gray jumped out on Boswell, turns into a 5-on-4, and Ivisic gets a high percentage look. It's a Missouri team that leads the country in bench points, 45 points a game from their subs. Ivisic, no. Another offensive rebound. Illini +8 on the Yakuchonis. No. Ivisic with the dribble handoff. Gets it back. He can shoot it from deep. Got it. And a tremendous shooting game against his brothers Vondermeer.
And protection. Ivisic has a mismatch on Bates. If they can get him the basketball, here it is.
7-footer turnaround. Nope. And that's going to be a foul on Illinois.
Off the hook that time. You've got to reverse sides of the floor. Try to use the dribble drive.
Tigers 1 of 8 from 3. Ivisic, yes. Extends the Illini advantage.
Speaking of all game, you have got to get this game going at a better pace.
Mismatch, Ivisic over Robinson. He's going to power him down. Turns to Perkins. And he got it.
Dominant. This is Illinois Tigers.
Games with 20 points. The talented freshman from Lithuania. Draws the crowd into the corner. Ivisic for 3 short. This game is going to be won or lost on the glass. Yakuchonis with the 3. Ivisic with a putback.
It's not good enough from Ekpara. You've got to root out.
1-point lead for Illinois. Ivisic for 3. No good. Good box out by Tennessee. SEC has done some work on the Big Ten in college basketball today. Inside, Ivisic blocked. Got it back.
Well, that's a heck of an effort by Dubar there to save a bucket.
Out of him.
We're 4 minutes into the game, and Trey White has done a number of things that help you win games early.
Ivisic back down. Ivisic too strong. Ivisic has come in.
A great three-point shooter, just 2 of 9 on the season, but he made one in the Marquette game, and he drills it there.
Ivisic pick and pop. Hits it. A 3-ball.
That's going to be a play where the Wisconsin stretches throughout this year for every team in the Big Ten where you're thinking, man, we've just got to find a way to play this one game at a time and find wins.
Ivisic short on the 3. Rebound back tap by Boswell.
Boswell he loves that shake and get to the left hand.
Nearly 4 minutes scoreless for Wisconsin. Ivisic can't hit the 3. Long rebound. White saves it. Riley inside for the
even that 3 right there, you got a hand right there in your face.
Yakuchonis pick and pop. Ivisic in and out.
Good rotation. It's Janicki again with a positive defense.
Way through. Ivisic, tough catch. Right back to the star freshman. Drive, lob, Ivisic.
Amos was right there where he needed to be. He was the help defender and came over differently to you, but I love the confident take there by Nolan Winter.
Yakuchonis inside of Ivisic.
We talked about how many pick and rolls you're going to see in this game.
Since the break. Yakuchonis back to Boswell. Cross, drive, shovel, inside Ivisic.
But Blackwell's got to make Kylan Boswell use that ball.
Seeing his dad Glenn in the building halfway through this second half in an 8-point game. Bounce it inside. Ivisic can't finish. Now Blackwell will run the show.
Step back 3. Wisconsin had to have it.
Watanji in double figures for the 11th time this season. Ivisic can't hit the 3 on response.
Wisconsin fortunate. Tamari McGee, Ewell, and Klesman, those 3 guys, the bench has done their job. It's been their best players that just haven't scored enough.
Yakuchonis on the wraparound. Ivisic rips down the rim. Yakuchonis. Patient. Fades. No. Rebound. Ivisic can't clean it. Oh! Trey White caught up.
First touch for Ivisic. The double comes. They trap that post a lot. Ivisic with the hook. Short. Good defense from Nicholson.
Just not giving angles. Ivisic can score with either hand from 3. He was on fire to start the season.
42 at Dayton, his high this year. And a good find underneath. Ivisic with the stuff.
That's twice now where we've seen Kylan Boswell just...
But they haven't scored in over 5 minutes. Missed their last 5 shots. Ivisic, he can hit those, and he does.
Just needed the seal to be broken there, and he's such a...
Rebound. Mullins 0 for 2 from 3. Ivisic looking for back-to-back 3s. That one's short.
But Luke Hunger there had a bit more...
Ivisic shoot. Hunger defending him. Spins on the big man. Gets down low. Hook shot short. Hunger, excellent posting.
Hunger just walling up. Be a great screener. Go get guys in dribble handoffs. If they're not guarding you, then they can't be helping if you're putting guys in action.
And the three up and down. Ivisic from range. Doesn't need much. Jonas dumping it inside, and the swing around to the open man Boswell, who will drive it to the rim. Tip won't go. Still battling for it. Ivisic out of bounds to Northwestern.
Yeah, but it's good on.
Jonas will turn the corner, and Ivisic in the paint with the soft touch.
That's the thing, that you let him turn the corner, and now he's got out. Seen a lot of drop coverage tonight. He's had those 15-footers. Made him in the first half.
Ivisic quick with the three, won't go. Long rebound, Boswell.
He gets that because Trey White goes to the offensive glass.
Jonas, oh, nice find underneath for Ivisic.
Northwestern just doesn't know who they're guarding right there. Ivisic for Northwestern tonight.
And a 6-0 run as the Cats back in this one, just when it looked like Illinois was pulling away. Ivisic blocked by Barnheiser. Run into the other end. Wanted to throw it down.
Very strong. Boswell off the penetration.
Can make them.
Ivisic got a three.
A little nylon by the southpaw.
Of three, off to a very slow start. Illinois is 3 out of 4.
And Bird, this is what I thought they would rag Boogie in particular.
Ivisic, no. Rebound knocked out of the hands of Hero. It's going to go the other way. Calipari at Memphis.
He didn't play for Cal, when you think of it.
Everybody played for Cal.
We can't leave this kid alone.
Ivisic snaps in a three. It's an 11-0 start, and Zvonimir, who would come off the bench. But when asked during the week, who's the better shooter, who's the better player, they said me.
And they just block one another here. And by the way, what reporting. I think John was in the delivery. A player out there, number 7, Riley. Big time.
Canadian freshman who's been outstanding. That jumper doesn't go for Ivisic. And Arkansas has its first rebound of the Cachonas. Crosses on Rickhouse.
He's got a hook game in here and a drop step game.
Ivisic, and his brother gets a piece. Up the floor, Thero. Feed it to the post. Ivisic against Edu. Ivisic creating space. Air ball, bounce high in the air.
Hit the camera.
Oriented player, whatever the team needs. Right now they need scoring.
Oh, you got an open look.
Davis gives it back. Ivisic takes a look. How about that? Cans it from long range.
A great point, too, Bird. He knew the defense was there.
Rickhouse with 2. Davis, Boswell, White as well. 3 Arkansas players. Open look. Doesn't go for Ivisic. Battle for it. Controlled by
court pressure. Denying the inbound.
Arkansas shows it. Riley gets it across. Ivisic put it on the board for 3.
That's a tough cover for AD.
Already iron.
No doubt, so many new faces for both teams, but Illinois has found a little something here. Ivisic.
It's beautiful.
Buries the 3.
We've overcome immaturity ourselves.
Bendoff. 7 to shoot. Ivisic backing in on Brazil. Ivisic flips it up. Gets the roll.
Footwork.
You got Illinois. Illinois, we're going to hit the halfway point of this second half. Swing it.
They can run that all day long. You've got to stay attached.
Didn't hand it off. Instead, it's brother against brother. Ivisic hooked over Ivisic. Rebounded by Thero. Thero rushing up the floor.
One of the things Coach Underwood talked about a lot at practice is getting paint touches, getting the ball inside, which they did that. Very patient, got it side to side with the easy post.
Back to Ivisic, out to the freshman. O'Reilly's first shot goes awry, and Ivisic with the follow. That's going to be a timeout for Darrell Walker. Are so much more this year than even last year. And Brad Underwood's talked a lot for years about how much he likes the 3. Very simply, as Ivisic gets 2 more, a 3-point shot is worth more than a 2, he said to me in previous.
And that's going to open up good 3s.
Boswell guarded tight. Ivisic thinks about it, flips in a 3, the second one of the game for Illinois.
He's been so key.
And a really deep 3. Boswell in the paint. Finds Tommy, who misses the lay-in. That will stay here with Illinois. It was off a Trojan.
Already making marks, leading the team in scoring, three-point percentage, and threes made. Ivisic with a three, rattles out. Humrickhouse keeps it alive. Every game thus far this year.
And I know people have talked about his story, but to be playing NAIA basketball and now be playing for the Illini, just amazing how his progression over the last few.
You know, 5th, 6th, 7th in the minutes total for the team. They're going to get more chances tonight.
Yes, and don't just play the game because, oh, we're winning by a bunch. I'm just going to go shoot bad shots.
Right.
Yeah, you know, on the floor, I'm going to take a charge. All those things that make a difference in games.
Nice pass. Ivisic with the slam. That was set up from Yakachonis, a great feat.
It's the quick drag. It's winning it convincingly and having good offense and defensive efficiency because it all helps your net rating.
Nice spin move from Ivisic.
The European connection, the Croatian Ivisic now keeps the ball, looking to turn around on flipping, and he gets it to fall.
Yeah, that is really good patience.
From Shaw, early struggles for the star man. Here is Kylan Boswell. He'll send it out to Ivisic, who will try the three. Off the back iron, another O board, and now here's Bob. Yakachonis finds Ivisic, the European connection. Tomislav Ivisic gets the three. Something we anticipated from the Hawks, different offensive looks, or defensive looks, I beg your pardon. The Illini doing the same and doing it successfully. Ivisic again, that one does not fall that time. Struggle offensively here. Yakachonis, Ivisic off of Shaw, and the finish from Ivisic again off of a Yakachonis assist.
Yeah, I don't think
was able to get 8 rebounds, leading the team in that first half. Out to Ivisic for 3. That one comes up short. Long rebound out to Christopher Flippett. Absorbs the screen from Ivisic. Boswell out to Humrickhouse. Ivisic will open up. I think that's a long 2. That one is good though from the Croatian 7-footer. Back to Yakachonis. Ivisic off of Flippin, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Ivisic trying to bully Flippin and does so successfully, gets that one off the glass, and it's a pair of teams.
This is 4th make of the season from behind the arc. Yakachonis, 10th in the country in assists, picks up another as he dishes it off for the Ivisic dunk.
Yeah, Alabama goes drop in SEC play last year, but he has a very good, smooth, repeatable stroke.
He was on the SEC freshman team playing for Bruce Pearl. Tomislav Ivisic off the mark. Rebounded by Short.
Downfield, sorry for himself, and sprint to deflect what would have been an open 3 from the corner.
That guy's all effort, especially if you consider his background. Ivisic off the mark.
What team? Now, Brad Underwood knows what he's up against in the SEC. I mean, they had an exhibition game against Ole Miss, and Ole Miss put it on them pretty good, like 91-74.
And now Kylan Boswell.
One of the few possessions that Alabama did not get a piece of the paint.
Ivisic made his last 3 off the mark. With
what I call NASCAR cuts. When they cut with speed. Talking about Alabama.
Ivisic, little jump hook. He's got 7. You talk about the details being important to Alabama.
You know, you mentioned Oakland, although Illinois won that game. Oakland did a lot of damage off the bounce in that game. And the Illini have to tighten up that part of their defense in the second half. And he looked him eye to eye and said, yes, sir, and went right back to work.
Yakachonis kicks it out.
That was sweet. Yeah, that was sweet, wasn't it?
Yakachonis and Ivisic working. Whoa. Physical, quick move by Ivisic, and he hits a baby hook home.
That's big time by Ivisic.
Freshman. Comes back to a dozen.
How good is he?
He's the real deal.
Yes.
Ivisic off the mark. Nelson got bumped. A couple of highlight reel jams for Clifford Amore, the transfer from Rutgers. Nice dump off for Ivisic. 34.
Yakachonis got caught up a little bit. Not there on the catch. You have to be on the catch against these Oakland Grizzlies.
Ivisic It's too easy for him. He's got that range inside. 21% in their first couple of ball games from distance. Ivisic again with a teardrop inside. They'll give it to him all night long.
Yeah, let's see if Kylan Boswell can find a crease.
Well, there's Boswell from 3. It's off the back of the iron. Second opportunity. Ivisic having a good start. 6 points.
And at KJ at the point guard position, you got to accept a few turnovers as he's learning what's going on.
Ivisic for 3, short. And a foul underneath on the rebound.
And that was a beautiful set from Oakland. Set play, got DQ Cole going opposite the ball, kind of took the defense with it.
That shot is there all night long from Ivisic. Should we give Steven a lot of credit because he did that under massive duress from the T-shirt Gatling gun that he is terrified of. Ivisic misses from point-blank range. He did that entire front.
They're not going to catch me in the head when they do.
10th turnover from Oakland. Ivisic for 3 from the wing. Another rebound.
Just pass to an open teammate and trust in the system. There you go.
Yeah, ball's popping and a goaltend. McCabe trying to save, was still on the way up. Ivisic with the left hand. He just can't guard it.
No, and great recognition because he saw that there was no help coming.
He's got 11 points to lead the Golden Grizzlies tonight. Still just a 4-point game. Fall away jumper good. That's 16 for Ivisic.
Let's see, Tomic, good job defensively.
Ivisic, that has been there all night long. He's got 18.
Yep. And so this Illinois looks sometimes. Scorers want to get on track. They want to start to get into the rhythm. So you have to live with that.
That's the first miss on that type of shot from Ivisic all night.
Oakland has really taken the steam out of their fast break. Kind of lulled them into the way they want them to play.
Ivisic with the left hand off the glass.
Oh, look
Ivisic,
at that.
nice.
Oh, man. What do I mean by that? They want to get in a situation where they can get an advantage on the backside if they can get it out of the ball.
Yakuchonis drops it off to Ivisic for the hammer.
You're going to hear that often this season. I tell you what, Yak being able to switch and double team the ball late in the shot clock.
Ivisic with the contact and one.
Kasparis is
Lawhorn Skies for the rebound. Few empty possessions in a row for both sides. Ivisic off to spin out, banks in the 3.
He's got to check
college 5 years ago. Unbelievable amount of fight from him.
I'll tell you what, and not play with the brakes either. That's something.
Ivisic with the spin move and the finish. He's already into double figures tonight. Ivisic one-on-one against Sakanis. Spins to the left hand and it swirls out.
Rayshawn being as strong as he is.
They worked on that a lot in shoot-around today.
Yep. Trying to get downhill.
Ivisic spots up for 3 and he got it.
Wow, Sakanis gets...
SIUE trailed by as many as 19 just a couple minutes ago. They've got it down to 12. Great no-look pass into Ivisic. A great feed from Yakuchonis.
So that's tough action to guard. Not necessarily diamond in the rough because he was a top 30 recruit. But just to be able to get him to come to Champaign and see his skill set is fun to watch.
Ivisic swirls out on the 3. It stays here with Illinois.
See Trey White get downhill. Look at it. Sharing the basketball. And Illini starting to roll offensively here in the second half.
Here's Trey White again. Back to Yakuchonis. Pump fakes into the paint. Finds Ivisic. Ivisic the board. Good off the glass.
That's a great pass.
Rouse it. Boswell, another one of the transfers, one of the 5 transfers for Illinois. Here's Ivisic from deep. Rattles out. Just under 13 minutes left here in the first half. Yakuchonis with it. Finds Ivisic. Ivisic from deep. Off the back iron, corralled by Stapleton. Stapleton pushing the free throw line. Makes the first one. Misses the second. Rebound, Ivisic, and one.
Okay, we love boys play. For sure, they needed that bucket.
Boswell. Here's Ivisic. His turn. No good. White the rebound, puts it back up. And
for the course of those huddles in the first half and in halftime, just a matter of crashing the glass. He's pleased with the effort, but he wants to see more from his guys.
Great stuff as always, Alec. And Ivisic gets things started here with it. Handed off by Ivisic. Back out to Tomislav. Can he get it to go? No. Stapleton with the rebound. Yakuchonis, nice find out to Ivisic. A little short on that attempt. Almost got the rebound, but it's picked.
That dribble is just not very efficient. Hasn't been efficient really in any way shooting the three.
Traore with the fadeaway. Got a good look. Just couldn't get that one to roll home. Lost the hand. Wins after 0-14 in quad ones for most of the year. Dix tough fadeaway on the baseline after the Yakuchonis foul. And the rebound underneath for Ivisic. But this time it ends up with Bryce Sanford.
How about Brock Harding, though, fighting Ivisic down there, saving that rebound.
Oh, drive inside, and Bronx just his second miss in the last 8 games.
He forgot what that feels like.
Unbelievable. Harding nowhere to go inside against Boswell. Bryce Sanford a curl down to the baseline. That off balance too, rebounded by Ivisic.
How about Trey White staying in the play? Now a run out.
And White running to the rim. Career at Morehead State. That's something every coach wants to bring in. If you're bringing in a guy from the portal, bring one who knows how to win games.
Well, 3 postseason appearances there, 2 NCAA, 1 NIT, winning his play.
Sanford with 5 to shoot. Thelwell launching from deep. That's way off. Ivisic the rebound, and here comes Illinois.
Look from Will Riley, but the Illini have to get back in transition defense.
Ivisic short on the shot, and it ends up back in his hands. Here's Riley to the rim. There's the foul on Dembele.
I thought the
Sanford this time a 2 won't go. He wanted a foul, didn't get the call. And Illinois up 12. Here's Bronze. And off to Harding. To the free throw line. A little bit strong. And another big rebound for Ivisic. He's closing in on triple-double territory. 17 points. Dix for 3. Short. Thelwell. Back to Dix. Deep 3 this time. And another rebound for Ivisic. That's his 10th. Give him a double-double. 17 points.
That forces Yakuchonis to give it up. Will Riley, the freshman who can play point forward, misses his first shot. Offensive rebound. That's Illinois' game, and a foul called. White will go to the free throw line.
I think it's a kid out of foul trouble. And they've got matchups at the guard they like with White out there as well as Boswell that can defend.
Hoffman Wren got deep and missed against Ivisic. Measure of Ivisic right now.
He does have a counter. You're dead when he gets that. Goodness.
And the help didn't really come either. He spun into it.
You mentioned earlier, they've had some good looks at not just a tough out.
It's 8 layups. We counted.
Look at this now. He gets a great clean look. Out of the timeout, they empty that side, give him a ball screen to the wing. We've got a clock issue.
Yeah.
Kick it.
On an island right now. Ivisic got dug through, missed it. Rebound Ivisic.
Again, another foul. Cheapy by first.
This and a terrific player there. Got the screen and takes the open 3. It's picked up inside. Ivisic will keep it alive. Yakuchonis will have it. 22-6. First time in 4 seasons they've had a 20-win season. Donaldson on the fly. Rebound Ivisic. There he is again. 4 rebounds. And they go the other way with Trey White. Player of the year, Moraz Johnson, and then the top player out of Canada, one of the great 5-star players in the North America, and Will Riley. 5 Division I transfers at Illinois, 3 international.
Short. Yakuchonis rising. Boswell penetrates. Cannot finish. And tap back no good.
But they got great looks. You get a second chance.
Duke did White. First double figures game since early January. Reverse, no good for Traore. Watch the shot clock here. Harding forces. And a rebound to Ivisic. Illinois has missed their... Sanford contested down inside. DeBella got to put it up. Left it short. Final seconds. How about Ivisic three-quarter court? Oh,
Their forward, who's been playing exceptional basketball, out with a wrist injury. Baseline jump shot. First one off the mark. Yakuchonis with the rebound. They swing it. Humrickhouse. Boswell straightaway three. Ivisic got a hand on it. Comes out with it. Gungba drives on Ivisic. Tries to take him in deep. Ivisic with the rebound.
First round, beginning of the second.
He's 6'9", folks.
And he's going to get bigger too, Fonz.
Yes.
He's going to put on some muscle as Will Riley.
Johnson in the first half and going to the post. Number 22 in white.
Well, they're attacking Ivisic, but Crow can't get it to drop.
He loves that little shake, that little dream shake over his. I should have let that one go.
Humrickhouse to Riley. Down the lane, Will Riley. Tap back. Ivisic starting to come to life.
And he did pick up a foul and try to complete this three-point play.
Misses the free throw. Cohen Carr's got that Dominique Wilkins athleticism. Cooper. Forward to shoot. Akins has to hurry. Baseline fade. Short. Ivisic with the rebound. Yakuchonis. Top of the arc three. Halfway down. Illinois getting all kinds of opportunities. Humrickhouse. Another offensive rebound. Spears. Bounce pass. Richardson. Cut off. Spears. A three. Brick. Outlet. Johnson. Front. Spears. 14.
I don't think Spears really wanted to take that shot, guys.
Holloman, he's been clutch. The kick. Kohler to the hole. And he missed it. Ivisic. Contest.
Deal is Kobe Johnson, and Johnson looks to run. Clark with a three, and Clark rattles one out. And the crowd loves to see that. Ivisic coming down with the rebound. For Bilodeau, who thought about a shot. Now over to Andrews with the pull-up. Off the mark, rebound secured by Ivisic.
Really good challenge by Colin Boswell.
Now with 7 to shoot. Mack thought about pulling up. Instead, the up and under. And he can't find it. There was a little more time on the clock than that would have. Shooting it directly into the student section with every distraction you can imagine in the air, and it worked. Offensive rebound pulled down by Mack, but there was contact along that process. And
see if Scott Clark can get activated here.
Andrews to Bilodeau. Bilodeau hung in the air. Shot won't go. Ivisic, the board.
Tomislav Ivisic
hits the deck, and Mack scoops it up. Now Mack looking to head towards the rim. Kicks it. Andrews can't hit. Ivisic rebound.
Boy, that would have been a big three for UCLA to come up with that.
And Humrickhouse with his second rims out. Humrickhouse comes up with the offensive rebound. Tip back.
A 3 of 6 performance on the road in the win at Penn State.
Illinois has been turnover prone lately. Here's Yakuchonis driving, and there's Ivisic cleaning it up.
The distributor of the ball, and people may be saying, hey, what's wrong with Yakuchonis? Nothing. He's a first-year guy.
Ivisic with the block against Garcia.
Every guy hits a little bit of a wall.
Grigsby leaves his feet. Patterson, good look up top for three.
Ivisic the rebound. His third rebound to go with 10 points. Guy Patterson 6'2", 202. Ivisic 7'1", almost 250. Okay with that shot?
It's a little early.
7 seconds. Patterson with 5. Baseline floater, no. Ivisic to Iakiconis, half court. Good if it goes. And that's the first
great, but they just haven't done it. And illness so far has allowed them the opportunity to at least kind of sample that.
Like Mitchell, a quiet first half after knocking down an early 3, just the second attempt. Patterson with the left hand, no. Gophers have missed their last 5 from the field.
Then once he put the ball on the floor, Rigsby wasn't able to recover, and he was able to use the window.
Illini this half shooting 71% from the field. This half. An 18-point lead.
Jersey vacated the lane. That gave him that wide open berth.
Illini hit on its last 9 from the field. Good thing Ivisic did not fall off the elevated. Nice pass, Osima, maybe one extra pass. Garcia baseline jumper. Garcia now 4-14 from the field tonight. Ivisic from Hummerkaus missed the bunny, but the putback is there. 16 and 10.
3 of 12 from the field and 0 of 5 from 3.
There's Hummerkaus, and he missed. Tapped out to Riley, another opportunity. Riley almost an air ball. Second offensive rebound in a row. Now Davis had attempts on the season from the stripe. Hummerkaus wide open.
Rutgers is playing a dangerous game with some of these switches that they're missing.
Iakiconis put it on the deck but missed the layup. The bench. Nice little give and go. Somerville had it altered by Ivisic, who's already got 3 blocks in this game. And
that's a big-time move from a big-time player.
You know, Somerville's got to be careful, too. He's on the floor with 2 fouls, up and under a wild shot from Dylan Harper.
I wonder if Dylan Harper might be a little fatigued out.
Giving up about 6 inches, 7'1" to 6'7". Harper from the elbow, short. Oh no. Ivisic came down hard, it into Bailey's hands. Martini. Short.
He just has not been able to find the range for a guy that 85% of his shots come from.
10 out of 21 so far tonight. That's on me.
I didn't say they were perfect. It's
unbelievable.
Clap his hands over. What is this?
Yeah.
Riley turns the corner and explodes for 2.
Well, Bronze has got to feel that and see that Price Sanford shooter, but he's more than that. A little zone look from the Hawkeyes.
Entry, Ivisic, and picking apart that zone to Riley.
Ivisic with his ability to pass, and Will Riley.
Well, and remember, a couple of weeks ago in a post-game press conference, he was talking about how he's received death threats this year. It's been a rough year as that 3 will drop from the corner for Trey White.
Trey White, 10.
Ivisic going to work off the inbound. Finds the cutting Boswell for 2.
You want to overplay that dribble handoff. Kylan, buddy, that pull-up game, nice.
Here's Boswell, 9 for 13 tonight. He's hit his last 4. Entry inside and the finish at the rim for Trey White.
Ivisic just putting on a clinic in 5-out pass.
Boswell pacing 5 in double figures for Illinois. On the cut, Riley to the rim with a 2-hand flush.
Tomislav Ivisic, the precision passing that we've...
Who's been around USC, Louisville. He's been to an NCAA tournament a couple of years ago with the Trojans.
Look at that pass again.
Another dive by Riley.
Riley, the first start I think was at Penn State.
This is against the 10th best 2-point defense in the country. Purdue's getting all these layups.
Look at his nice cut again. They've done that terrific. Great read on the double. They came baseline. They thought they camouflaged it.
Ivisic with 4 fouls. Kaufman ran high hands.
Drop it off down low. There's White for two and a foul.
Really bad communication. Michigan, that's going to be a matchup we're going to have to watch this entire afternoon. And Dre Gibbs Lawhorn will check in. They go inside. Sneaking in, another two. Boswell finds his 8th point here in the first half. Illini in Big Ten play, 10-8. Ivisic looking inside. Will Riley gets it to go. Nice feed by the big man. And everything, as we said, rolled. Boswell's on top. Illinois by 3. They've led by 7. They go inside. Oh, that's a goaltend as Jake Davis will get it to go. And Golden is called. 11 teams from this 18-team conference that gets in the big tournament. The NCAA tournament. Inside Riley goes colliding into Wolf. And again, we see the surging COVID back here to the U.S., but has not been home since. Riley, Ivisic, and scoops to Riley inside. Caught it in a foul. Pretty back in
Iowa. The team that's top 25 nationally in turnovers per game.
Boswell has the size, and he takes advantage.
It's amazing. If you just cut to score, good things can really happen.
3-game skid and get their 18th win of the season.
Good cut.
And a finish and a pretty nice pass from Ivisic.
Just a slip right there by Iacochonis.
With all those teams added from the West Coast.
Looking for Iowa, too, loading up. You know, make Illinois prove they can make some threes with the struggles they've had. Great cut by Riley, and there's that paint playing a factor again. Giving up. Ivisic falling down. Great job by Iowa. The recognition there, and Braun's bringing the physicality.
There's another backdoor cut. They've had success with that.
They've been really good off the ball tonight. That 5-out offense. Harding hasn't shot it as well in Big Ten play. That's a shot Iowa desperately had to have.
Good pass, and another good pass. And Riley finally gets one to drop.
Right under Woodfield.
Embiid had scored on both of them.
Well, I talk to a lot of people, and they say he reminds you of a young Joel Embiid.
Baseline, nicely done. Extra pass and a two-hand jam for Trey. 10-point lead for Duke. He's got 7 off the bench to the bucket. Easy flush for Gibbs Lawhorn, who's coming off a 17-point bang it. Riley the other way. Inside, Iacochonis, reverse layup, good.
That time, the fight in the line at finally 8.
Boswell inside, kicking out. Watch the shot clock at 5. Pulling up 3. Yes! Dre Gibbs Lawhorn, a couple of triples.
Giving them a
Ivisic kicks out, Gibbs Lawhorn.
He's got to take that shot and drive it right away.
How about that shot?
I love it.
14 for Gibbs Lawhorn.
To shoot that.
Iacochonis. Again. Davis. Jakes Davis. Back-to-back Jays.
Iacochonis drop it down inside. A couple of nice passes, and that results in a Johnson 2.
You know, Jack, that's 5 quick points for Daly, so he's going to get activated. One of the more complete players on this squad.
Ivisic, excellent look. Morez Johnson. Get the ball, and now Riley looking for a screen, and he's able to get one. Back to Riley. Riley goes baseline, and a beautiful touch on the finish by Will Riley. High for Tyler Bilodeau from deep.
And they get some stops.
Iacochonis with the answer.
Rayfield had that note, and his numbers stand out in Minnesota conference wins. How much better he has been slashing and scoring is Iacochonis. So we're not seeing too many threes. We're seeing this team everything he can. Now they find him, and now he's got a double 2 guards. Patterson with him. Ivisic and finds a teammate, Iacochonis. Brilliant passing once again.
Touch again. Johnson with size for 2 more.
Welcome to the Big Ten, Bryce Storch. This is his 4th game.
6-point swing right there. Ivisic leaves to Iacochonis.
Ivisic got away with a hook right there. He totally hooked his defense.
Up and down, and we talked about it the last 4 games. They cut to the basket.
What a cut!
Nice job.
Riley got the terrific pass.
Well, you got to get him involved.
8-point Illini lead. Dude, look at what the freshman Riley has done. Backdoor! Just masterful on the catch and the flip. Furious pace. 7-point game as we come up on the midway point of the half. Riley on the catch. He's got it all working.
Well, he's just too big for the guards that are.
See what Riley has done already. 16 points. Beautiful dive to the basket, and Boswell, boy, nearly blew the layup when he gets that friendly little bounce. Tough catch. Boswell somehow able to squeeze it, and the finish.
Downhill for Boswell. See if he can get the corner turn. Oh, they got that high.
Johnson turns.
They've run that play a few times where they get a little.
We're on the wrong end of a 16-0 run at the end of the first half. That comes up short for Riley. Another offensive rebound. What a Ivisic to Yakachonis. With the vision there, Ivisic can really pass for a big man. Yakachonis. Will Riley, look what I found. Yakachonis will go to the bench. 16 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds, and it's just non-stop right now.
This is a waterfall of offense.
Yakachonis with 10. Back to Ivisic. Looking over the defense. What a find! Humrick House!
Nobody home on that weak side help. Humrick House cutting. Sure, he did not envision this being a 28-point game with 6 to play.
Backdoor Boswell. Newton fell asleep.
Kylan Boswell has done some very positive things these last 5 or 6 minutes.
60%, albeit a small sample size, and this is a team in Illinois that leads the conference in defending the 3, only allowing 28%.
Humrick House tickles the twine. First 3 falls for Illinois.
Control, kind of looked off the defender. Nicely done by DeLeon.
Seeing Illinois, this one, nice lob into Trey White. Ivisic taps out to Humrick House. Another 3. His 4th of the half.
The Big Ten tournament. Don't dismiss the Crown and the NIT. We actually could have a scenario where a team that doesn't make the Big Ten tournament still makes the postseason, because the 2 teams that don't make the NCAA.
Body control at Diallo, looking for contact, didn't really get it, still able to finish.
Boswell on the other end. Today. Ivisic. And White answers.
Good ball movement, Illinois.
And
trying to establish Ivisic early. He's got a height advantage.
What a great dump off to Trey White. He's been playing some excellent basketball for the Illini. 3. Jonas will inbound, not a shooting foul. Ivisic already with 11 points. Out to the star freshman Yakachonis, who hit the game winner last week. Here comes Illinois already at the half-century mark.
High-low again.
Johnson, he's got 9. 3 consecutive games. White has 6 in the first half. With 5 on the shot clock, Humrick House drills a 3-pointer. Those are his first points of the game.
Legendary team here in Illinois.
That Bardo character was a pretty good defender for them. Look at Yakachonis driving and finishing. He's got 9 points.
Against Jacksonville State.
Yeah, that's where he's really good. His length, his mobility, downhill driver, but he's versatile.
Yakachonis right over the top of Bates. There's ice in his veins.
Not allowing Illinois to get comfortable in any one offensive set.
Dump down for Ivisic. Wrap pass to White. What a look. Back to 4.
Nice pass. Ivisic down low, tie game.
Yakachonis a big part.
Huge emphasis for Chris Collins today. What a find underneath for Trey White.
Well, Trey White's cutting to the rim. You got 2 guys flying out to Humrick House. Analytics, he wants mid-range jumpers being taken by the opponent.
Jonas. Oh, what a pass.
What a feed
Ivisic to...
Jonas, Ivisic, and now Riley, the open man. Riley penetrates all the way to the rim.
Well, now you're getting guys, because Ivisic has made a couple of these threes.
Ivisic against the much smaller Jalen Leach. Cross-court pass, the find, the finish, and the foul. Boy, Ivisic is a wizard.
We had different knee procedures, but it took a long time for me to feel like I'm back to normal.
Jonas in the corner with the three. That is a giant shot.
And Zvonimir for Arkansas.
Well, I'm glad we have you here as our interpreter.
I will interpret all of Bill Raftery's saying.
You can shoot it now.
Humrickouts nails the three to open up the 6 from three-point territory in the second half.
And the small lineup has been, they got to help here at some point.
Humrickouts. Wow. Does it from long range. Inside out.
Threes as well. They shoot it more than anybody. Look at that no-look pass, and Trey White gets the orange and blue on the board.
So it's good to see the big guy open up and look for that. I just thought Little Rock would struggle scoring. I didn't think it would be this tough. Great job by the Illini on defense.
Trey White with an easy 2.
Just a little thing where if you're not paying attention, and that's, again, he is worldly. He's a young guy, but he's been around, and probably somebody did it to him somewhere along the line. So I'm going to get him back.
Try and put on some more weight. Well, that is some length at the point guard position, if that's where he sticks.
How about the feel?
Sharing it with Jonas. Ivisic has a mismatch. Gave it up. Boswell. Drew the foul. Number 3 on Grant Nelson.
Ivisic has a one-on-one. Kicks to the corner. Open look for 3, and White rattles it in.
Great look by Tomislav. The offensive actions down to the Illini.
White step back, hand in his face. He's got back-to-back threes for Illinois.
I didn't expect that from Trey White.
White with it now, finds Ivisic. Ivisic finds Kasparis, good. Off the glass for 2.
That's very good patience by the big
player. Stapleton is, and how excited he is to have him on his squad this season. Ivisic into the corner, DGL sinks it.
3 points, Illinois. Nice bucket.
Right up through him.
11 sits on the cut, taken away. Selton Miguel on the run, ahead to Rice, to the rim. He's bumped by Ivisic. Under 7 to play. And a turnover by Illinois. Well, Derek Queen with the double-double. He's used.
That thing was going up the second that ball touched his hands.
Robbie, he hit 7 threes his last 6 games, and there's the steal again. He's hit 8 tonight. Will he shoot it again? You bet he will.
They have been impressive with the open middle cutting because they know the big guy can find people. Nice help. What a read.
Great read by Harris. He goes to the rim on his own for 2.
I like Ivisic inside a little bit. Screen and roll. Tough pass. Not a good look.
And the hands of Lawyer plucked it for Purdue.
Nice play.
Heidi down the left.
Ivisic in the corner. It's Riley for 3. Will, the freshman from Canada, can't hit. And picked up inside with the offensive rebound. Finally collected by Michigan. Wolverines in the Big Ten. Illinois finished February 4-4 after a 5-4 January. Pickpocketed Ivisic. Case in the other way. Shifting, driving, and wolfed.
And despite this being almost 3/4 of the season, of course, you still lose that conditioning and his win, and that's a tough play right there. But it's a turnover that is not a live.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't know, man.
I got a lot of sayings about it.
The bag is bigger at Duke than it would be in the NBA for his first couple of years. 3-on-1, Knipple leaves it.
Spectacular against Purdue, spectacular again tonight. Inside, Ivisic. And another Illinois turnover, their 10th of the night.
Tomislav Ivisic is the
goal for Jackson Cole. Boswell the other way. Illinois 4 for 7 from the field to start. And they turn it over.
Well, you want to keep your crowd involved. It's easy.
Riley the other way. Batted around. Tracked down. Fears. Drives. Hands it off. Inside. And Ivisic. Turnaround jumper. No. Turns it over. Kohler stepping in the passing lane.
Yeah, that's in the defense by Carter.
Jonas with it, kicks it down low, and that is stolen away. Dylan Andrews got his hands on it. That's 3 turnovers.
Not 8 at this point with their struggles from the field.
Ivisic tries to sneak a pass through. A couple of hands get on it, and possession's headed toward the UCLA Bruins. Riley, great cut to the basket, stolen away. Bilodeau looks to run. Kasparis trying to sneak a pass through unsuccessfully and stolen away by Dylan Andrews.
When Jonas makes the
7 straight games, had a chance to make it 8, but missed a free throw late against Penn State, so we finished with 19 points and now a turnover. Here's Mitchell off the feed, knocks it down. Jonas to Ivisic, down low, forced that one and turned it over. Trying to set up Boswell. Let's go back to this foul. Lost the ball, got it back. Ivisic spins baseline, and he came down. Travel. Boy, Femi Odekale, tough assignment, good defense.
The Minnesota has had the proper mix of ball and personnel movement, and they put the orange jerseys of Illinois in a scramble situation.
Turnover, Illinois. Minnesota with numbers, Garcia.
They've done a good job. That's why people say that announcer jinx is the real deal. The people like you, Jeff.
I owned it. Harper somehow kept it in play.
Johnson. And here's Ivisic on top, and he'll go inside, and he's looking for Johnson and out of bounds, and a turnover for Illinois, which was a problem the other night in Lincoln. Watch that step across. Nice work by Thornton to stop it. Bradshaw is on Ivisic. They go inside. You called it. Out of bounds. Another turnover for Illinois. Thornton. Nice collapse there by Ohio State into the paint. Looking for the backdoor cut. Another good. Looking for Johnson. Scrambling on the floor. Grappling for it. Mobley vacuumed it in. Parrish on the wing.
Trey White puts it in the deck. Takes Booker into the paint. Ivisic poked away. Relentless defense. And it's last touch by the Illini.
1-point deficit for the Illini.
Fears the missed mid-range J. And here he is with the steal. Holloman in the
And he'll shoot the elbow jumper pull-up. But if he gets another dribble in, he can hit that runner floater game too. Breidenbach with the steal.
Will Riley, and the foul is on Ivisic.
Important to note that Boswell right now, he's struggling with his three-point shot, but he's better at this right here, getting to the rim. And of course, he doesn't finish it as I say it, but he's been much better getting inside the lane.
It is kind of crummy weather across a large part of the country, so just sit at home and watch some Big Ten hoops.
Those are 3 teams that I think will compete for a Big Ten title.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. I think they'll all be ranked.
Against for Jonas and Ivisic, had them playing with men growing up. Touched away as Robinson gets his steal for Mizzou, and Mitchell. Why would we throw it 6 times a possession? I want a ball screen. I want to get a shot up. Limits their exposure, and a foul on the illegal screen. That's a nice option. Marcus Allen takes it strong to the hoop. Bates with the steal. 2-on-1. Perkins. No on the putback. And
Chris Collins wanted a foul. No whistles blown. And Illinois dodged one there. And there's Barnheiser again.
Everywhere.
Second pick. Barnheiser. Can't get that one to go. And there's a...
Now 2. Early screen here, high five.
Boswell trying to give and go. Ivisic just took it from his brother. Plan. Yakachonis draws the big.
They can go inside if they want. Ooh, we've got an offensive foul, I think. Yep,
That's the call. Turnover. Illinois.
You know, that natural thing, how do you jump? You bend your knees. Well, where does your knees, when you bring that ball down, usually that happens as it's just a natural habit. So now you've got to break that habit where you land with your knees. You feel that way and the other guys respond to you. It's so important, and the staff also talked about it. But you talked about little things. He's got 5 assists, one turnover tonight. He's got 3 rebounds.
Needing a little bit more order and some more points is UMass. Here is Evan Johnson, poked away by Yakachonis, but it's overthrown by Ivisic. And the Hawks will stay on this side of the floor.
Iron, 13-point Bama lead, 22 points from the bench for the Crimson Tide. Shovel pass gets away from Illinois. Loose ball collected.
Mismatch into the corner and a whistle. 3-second violation. And he's flying through the air over a 7-1 Ivisic. Ivisic going right back at the K, but it's off his leg and going to Oakland. To get it to single digits.
Yakachonis into Ivisic, 10 to shoot. Double team comes flying down. Taylor strips it away.
Good dig by Taylor. You better keep your head on the swivel, though. You might get hit in the head with the rock. Detroit White getting downhill. Look at it.
Out later on in this broadcast, but big story. Here he is right on cue with the steal. Finds Kasparas Yakachonis and diving play into the stands. It'll be Panthers ball.
Yeah, that's good at too.
He slams hands on the hardwood on defense.
Definitely. That's his bread and butter. His defense is what fuels him, what motivates him. Oh, wow.
Offensive foul.
Ivisic is very tough because you got to play him for the 3-point shot as well. Watch that hook.
Ren spinning to the right. That's no good. And the rebound out of bounds to Illinois.
This is the end. They're having some problems. Illinois, that is. See how he gets the shoulder into him?
Exactly right. He used the muscle to score again.
He is physically in
there quite a bit down the stretch tonight. Ren bowling his way into Ivisic, and he'll go to the free throw line himself.
And you can notice Ivisic right away put his head to the bench. Proctor, the inbounder. Dunbar drives. Jump hook. In and out. Batted around. Kneppel. Dunbar drives on Ivisic. Tries to take him in deep. Ivisic with the rebound.
There's number 22, guarding Patterson right now. White did not play against Rutgers. He was sick. Odikali from the baseline, too strong. And that is out of bounds. Last touch.
What a piece he's turned out to be for Brad Underwood of this Illinois team. Here comes Carr, weaving his way all the way to the wreck. 5-point lead.
Run through the tape, but at some point with Yakachonis just returning, we know he's got 4 fouls on the bench. Balo way off on that push shot. And Ivisic playing some big minutes tonight.
Ace. Bobo again, passed up the 3, drives on Ivisic. Fall away jumper, no good. And AG back on the floor with another opportunity.
From out there, you have to close to him, and that just spreads everything out even more.
He's 38%.
Yeah.
I know you were asked the question, is he really 7'1"? Does it feel the same way as when you were here as a player?
No, it feels like there's a little Breidenbach knocks down the mid-range. No, it feels like we have to go to the line to get the points.
Davis, Asabor, and he scores. And Washington will take another timeout.
Final home non-conference game for the Orange and Blue. Pull-up shot is good. It's Jalen Forrest again. The country is 0 against Boston.
And Kylan has taken the challenge.
The drive by Spinelli, and Ivisic is right there to make it super hard for him.
Really love what Michigan has with Danny Wolf and Lad Golden. Indiana's very talented. You know, we know Purdue. 3 very good ball clubs.
By the way, Illinois has 52 points. We're not even at halftime. That is their season high for points in the first half.
So you joked about me bringing.
Sharpshooter for Missouri. Robinson gives it up. Shaw can't quite get around Ivisic, and to Trey White. 21 points in that game. Double-double with 21 and 10. And then Ivisic commits his third. Into Iacochonis. Good recovery. Whoa! Whoa! Pierce denied at the rim and a whistle.
Back, and there's the rebounding again. Gonna see it for both sides.
Milicic drives this time left hand. He will go to the line. 5 minutes gone by.
Tough cover for Adu. Wouldn't have the foot speed to cover. 13 for Ivisic. Fend off. Thero loses the ball. Jump. Nice switch. Two-man game with Ivisic. Lamb wants to go to work on a three ball. Off the heel. Track down. Excellent hustle.
Then you really have to pick your poison against this Illini offense, because everybody on the floor can stretch the D.
Another miss from beyond the arc.
Drop.
Over the top of the outstretched Ivisic.
He got his teammates off the bench with that one.
That was smooth. He read that all the way from the weak side. And a travel.
5 points for Trey White Monday night came from the free throw line. Did not hit a field goal, but he's got one early. Ring Malif uses the context, +1.
Haven't played minutes, and we're not even halfway through the first half yet.
Thompson with the left in and out offensive rebound, and the putback is there by Joe.
That's great recognition.
Will Riley now with his 14th point of the game. A nice move there from Obadiah.
The last two Big Ten tournament winners. Smith turned the corner again and dropped it in.
Is that reminiscent of the first?
Back with a rebound.
And that's, I think, where some conditioning with Ivisic and not having his electric.
Badgers already 10 Big Ten wins, trying to keep pace at the top of the league. 10-4 right now after that win at Purdue. Rolls off, crowd there, can't stick it.
Offensive board brought down by Tyler Bilodeau.
Yeah, you can hear the roar. Everybody getting chicken McNuggets with his 2 missed free throws.
And Matt Kemp is daily to Bilodeau. Bilodeau going to work on Ivisic, but can't find the shot, and Iacochonis.
Patterson tests that ankle of Ivisic in. It's the fadeaway.
I like the recognition.
Rebound in the corner. And with the move right here, Kevin Royal. Nice little fake on the doorstep. Ivisic the rebound.
Just couldn't get the shot to go. That's a good shot.
On the offense through Balla. Nice cushion, spin, and score. He's got all that space there at the elbow, and he just puts his head down, drives Ivisic, and makes it. Want to improve to 13-4 on the season, 5-2 in conference, put themselves right back in that position to compete for a Big Ten title. They were surging in that direction.
Right there. They're letting him. Iheanacho's going to have to pull that. Osobor blocked by Ivisic. Well, Osobor, one of the best guys for these 3 or 4 offensive rebounds they've gotten in the second half.
Iheanacho. Ivisic staying all the way with him. And there's Breidenbach who takes advantage.
Well, I'm not trying to say they're better without Iacochonis. I'm just saying in this game, certainly they've been okay.
Biddle beats the shot clock.
That's 4th in the Big Ten. I mean, he knows his role, and he's excelling in his role. Not many freshmen buy into that early on, and he's
and a chance to take the lead for the first time in the game. Gainey drives on Ivisic, and he'll go to the line. Ivisic picks up another foul. That's his second.
Trying to fight against Boston. Just blew it up. Winter with 6. Winter will fire. Winter comes up short. Rebound poked around.
Through this first half, 11-9 game. Nobody can hit a shot right now. Luke Hunger. And that snaps a 9 of 10.
Flan. He's got some bound. He knows he owns him right here. Crafty, Flan, low dribble. Ivisic with a great shot.
Free throw shooting, or 3-point shooting percentage, I beg your pardon, has not been great today. Christopher Flippin blocked by Ivisic, but not before.
But this time it ends up with Bryce Sanford. How about Brock Harding, though, fighting Ivisic down there, saving that rebound.
Oh, drive inside, and Braun's just his second miss in the last 8 games.
He forgot what they were long.
That three a little long. Second chance, Harding to Braun's, ripping off the rim. And a timeout, Iowa. Smith drilling it, just whipping it to Coffin Wren.
How about the catches? Well, you're right.
Feeling a lot better. This looks like a different Ivisic from the last couple of weeks. Dembele short. Here comes Illinois again. Kingsbury drives down the lane, tries to drop it off. And then he fights for the offensive rebound.
Say he's going to be a beast when he matures. He's 18. Proctor's really been coming on. James inside, and a foul coming up on Ivisic.
And of those 9 shots, Gus, Illinois, probably 5 of those shots were clean looks, not able to make it.
Knepper with the lob to Malawach, who pounds it down.
Excellent gap defense that time by the Blue Devils.
Here's Malawach, power dribble, pump fake, blocked by Ivisic. Fish 1% on the season. Sion uses that body and muscles that ball into the basket.
His dad, Glenn, played for the Illini in the 80s. Gives it up to McGee. Hit the underside of the rim. Blackwell rejected. Yeah, no doubt those pieces, especially with Johnson out, changes the rebounding narrative. There's a slam for Nolan Winter.
Holloman, back door, back to Cooper, inside out. Nice pocket pass. By Trey.
Now Patterson. Mitchell underneath. He's got Ivisic up, and Patterson adding to his net.
One of the few times
transfer from Louisville.
And you
13 rebound game against Nebraska.
Yeah, and you can tell by looking in his eyes, he doesn't feel well. He's just out there trying to battle.
Player. I mean, just the intangibles that he plays with.
Bailey leaves Somerville, fouled. Brad Underwood is coming out of second half. No Gibbs Lawhorn on the floor. Inside.
Over the top of Ivisic.
5 games with 15+ points.
Thornton puts up a long shot. Rebound. Royal and inside. The Govan couldn't get it. And the rebound hauled off the glass.
Barthélemy, quick trigger. And a rebound for Tracy. Bit all. Wins that battle with Ivisic. Brad Underwood told us the momentum they had from that Missouri win. They have to keep going forward in this game. It's one of their big goals. Bounce past Cougars as he had 11 points, hitting 3 3-pointers in the first half. Otherwise, just a really tough time scoring for the road team. Second opportunity.
Ziegler trying to use that speed, and the dunk no good for Makpara. Left it perfect.
A good transition defense there by Illinois. Getting back. Rickhouse stopping the basketball.
Hook short into the hands of Gainey. New possession, Milicic. Drive, Gainey, and one. Jordan Gainey on.
However many steps it ended up being. 6 seconds left. McGee drives, bounce. Gilmore hesitated. Couldn't spin it in. Rebound tipped around, and White claims it to S. McGee drives. McGee with 3. Inside Tanjay. Forces it up. Knocked away. And a shot clock violation will end the fast.
Attack. Richmond wanted up high. Wagner was not thinking alley-oop. Swing it for Knox. And he tossed it right. Actually, not my job.
Well, you'd be a great referee.
Nice dive. Ivisic yams it down. His brother went down to help and jam it up.
Instead of Jalen Ware, presumptively, there is Ware. Now Vassell. Vassell rising high, but shot comes up short, and it will go the Illini.
I mean, you only have 5 turnovers, but you also only have 4 assists. So even that turnover ratio isn't the highest, and I know that's something they want to improve in.
Yeah, I could show, or excuse me, that's Humrickhouse.
Nelson with the ball fake. Finds Amore, gets a block from behind by White. Highly to do it. Byline into the corner. A share and a high percentage look. Again, it's all about the.
You know, this Oakland team last season was in the 300s in terms of tempo on the offensive end, but they shoot a ton of threes and they get it in the post.
And it's
Ivisic, a player Alec will talk to us about later on in this broadcast, but big story, here he is.
Deficit is what it is. It was certainly the narrative that we had to start our broadcast last night, Robbie, was that this was an Illinois team that was back.
This is the real team.
Quarter. Smith, sharp bounce, Kaufman
The
ran.
steps.
He nearly did travel,
Yeah,
it
I
looked
think he
like.
did the extra step. Maybe he lacked the pivot foot. So just a matter of converting them.
It's an 8-0 run for Illinois as Purdue doesn't convert. That was a near travel. Instead, he scores in a foul. Kaufman ran.
Again, we talked about his looks to the gate.
Kaufman-Renn, Ivisic there. Kaufman-Renn scores anyway.
He gets that shoulder right into the defense.
In his position.
Kang. Wide open. And this time, Jackson Cole. Bullseye.
Number 3 for UCLA. This kid is supremely talented.
Bailey into the lane, tough turnaround shot, long, and a fight for the.
UCLA, if they don't score the basketball at a higher clip, Illinois can run you out of the gym.
Bilodeau with a 3. That's off the mark and rebound.
Man, Ben Humrickhouse. Physical defense that time.
Bilodeau wants a 3. Bilodeau cash.
Got from the three-point line to the rim before anybody can adjust.
7 points now for Kasparis. Shot off the mark. Riley with the board. Bilodeau looks to run. Back to Bilodeau, and that three-pointer is right down the middle. Strong performance for him off the bench. Saturday as well against Penn State. 14 points, a couple of rebounds, a couple of steals as well. Bilodeau is knocked the mono and then the rolled ankle shortly after, and back to the court he comes. A 10-point advantage as Bilodeau is wide open for 3, and that is the wrong man.
Guy Patterson 6'2", 202. Ivisic 7'1", almost 250. We'll give it that. Shot clock down to 5. Garcia floating in the paint, missed it. Odicali, man, is he playing hard today?
Man, is he battling?
Patterson, guarded by 2, Odicali.
Allowed him then that once he put the ball on the floor, Rigsby wasn't able to recover, and he was able to use the window.
Illini this half shooting 71% from the field. This half.
College against Penn State, 83-64. 3 consecutive wins. Thornton operating, Bradshaw outside. Ivisic will grab the rebound.
And defensively, there's you out, too.
It does wear you out. Glover, Bradshaw, Ivisic.
I don't think that's the guy they wanted shooting that shot.
It's Tennessee in a conference ago, 15 years ago. Agee for 3. He's got his 3rd triple of the game.
And again, the replay, Jeff, it's got to be instantaneous. You can't be going back and taking off or adding points after the fact.
That's out of bounds off of Penn State. Country and Tennessee. But there will be 3 teams that we're not talking about come the tournament in March. That one's short by Goodman.
8 points to lead Illinois scoring. Breidenbach tees it up and misses badly.
On New Year's Eve. They're going to practice here tomorrow and then fly to Seattle tomorrow night. They won't play Washington till Sunday.
That can shoot it. Ivisic and Humrickhouse can both step out. I don't know how you guard it except for to switch it.
Biddle tries his hand.
Because Humrickhouse boxed out his guys so well. So even though the stats aren't necessarily there for Humrickhouse, there's a reason he keeps getting so much playing time.
Gaining around the screen.
5 to shoot. Milicic puts it down. Milicic, wild shot. No reason.
6-2 Illinois, 8-2 Wisconsin. Klesmit circles around. It's Crowell on the 3 ball, too strong. And the rebound brought in by Trey.
He's not even looking at the rim.
It's two offenses that have put up some big numbers this year, struggling here in the first half. Crowell finally pure on a deep ball with the basketball. Klesmit off the screen. Pick and pop. It's Winter. Pure on the 3.
That's what you're going to give up, Noah, if you're in that drop cover.
Points, 4 of 6 from the field. Each will back it out. Hunger spinning inside and out of bounds. It'll belong to the Cats with 16 to shoot. Yes,
Center Merrill's in Nebraska used to kill.
Big. Back up top. Hunger for 3. Chris Collins is not going to be unhappy with that shot.
54-41 Illinois. Wagner swing. Ivisic again. Yes. No. Out.
Remember when Cal took the job? Ivisic to start this game. Wait till he makes a 3 or the second one to react defensively.
Sherrill throws up a 3. Ripped down by Trey White Jr. And all Yakuchonis did was come out with 13 assists against SIU Edwardsville. Here's Sears again. Bama talking with his Bama staff about the Purdue game. Those corner threes weren't set up as corner threes. The shooters were 3 feet off the line as Diabate. 14 and 14, first double-double in a debut since Dane Danger in 22. Nelson right back out. That's it.
He's made some great
6 last night. They're on pace for 45 right now.
And the difference is defense. Geronimo from 3.
Wow.
Cans the 3.
Kylan Boswell doing a great job of staying tight with Peyton Sanford.
Seydou Traore to Dembele on the baseline. Rattles the first bucket home for the Hawks.
I said it yesterday.
And that was a very optimistic pick. But Illinois somehow was able to convert it. Golden with the whistle on the rebound.
One of those glue guys, man. He's out there to make hustle plays.
His dad was a great 3-point shooter at Iowa, and there is his son knocking it down.
Low on him defensively. Black tracks it down on the baseline. Malawak. And a whistle and foul on the baseline.
Shoot a ton of threes. They shoot the most threes actually in the Big Ten, but they're an outstanding offensive rebound team. Stephen Brown knocked out.
Blackwell dishes out. Crowell, he can hit that. Yep, second one of the night. Blackwell behind the back, nifty. Crowell 3. Boy, that was pretty.
Defensively, now the switch.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bam is Kylan Boswell's nickname, if for those who don't know.
And Andrews.
4 candidates, because they got a lot of ways to beat you.
Ivisic there defensively after he hit his 4th.
By the hand of the defender. But he is playing a great forward game tonight.
Bilodeau can't miss.
And Garcia.
Ninth 20-point game this season for Yakuchonis. Odekali the miss. And Ivisic Garcia. Nice pass. Osima, maybe one extra pass. Garcia baseline jumper. Garcia now Fulini.
What a rebound.
Taps it into Bailey's hands. Martini. Short.
He just has not been able to find the range.
Off of both boards. And there's Osipor. Give it up to Tyree Iheanacho.
Well, here's the thing what happened the other night, and I mentioned in our open about how they controlled the game, Washington.
Mark Sears to a 3 for 14 shooting outing, and then Texas A&M's Wade Taylor IV, he was just 4 for 16. So this Oregon Duck defense is good at corralling their...
It's just a great cut to the basket. Ivisic, incredible passer as a 7-footer.
First shot of the game for the Cougars. Unfriendly.
Can he move his feet, keep a guard in front, and challenge the 3 at the same time? Doing a great job there.
Having a nice first half with 7 points is how hard it is to do that. The Illinois record for 20-point games in a season is 8. Corey Bradford in 98-99. He's had 6.
Wes Warwick transferred in from Northern Kentucky. Great score, gives it up, gets it back with 1 on the shot clock. Got it. Was work, 50%.
Stagnant right now on Missouri's side.
Pierce can't bail him out. They handled all that action.
He's had a great second half. Milicic for 3. Again, it has not been his
play in this first half. Both teams looking for their first Big Ten win of the season. Sanjay Fendoff, Crowell's 3-ball. Can't hit, and the rebound yanked down by a
push by Gibbs Lawhorn was really well done.
Blackwell bounces, Gilmore. It's Winter. Short rebound, Blackwell inside to clean it up.
Almost a takeaway by Riley. We're going to have stacked up media timeouts. Hunger's 3. Rims out, and the rebound Boswell.
19 in the evening with very high ratings in Vodis. So you'd be in bed by now. Well, I know you wouldn't. Look at this. He was out of bounds, unfortunately. Wagner, swing. Thero, shake and bake. Nice help. Second defender was there. Brazil. He's in 3. I'll tell you, in practice, you saw it yesterday as well as with Kentucky trying to do the same with the Arkansas Razorbacks. Out of timeout, Rainbow 3 doesn't go. Ivisic. Back screen and then a screen the screener look. He does that so well. Doesn't he get everybody in the air? Ivisic nails it. Wow. His brother to put the hand up.
It's 3 from on the with the shot clock running down.
House has the appropriate jersey number because he's a great three-point shooter. He's hit multiple threes
on the floor, all those little things, and the Illini were ready, and they're not playing the score as far as that. Like, I'm going to give up. I'm going to go get a rebound. I'm going to get on the floor. I'm going to take it.
Their football team stinks, so they had a lot of cheering built up inside of them. Man, Mac Arena, that's a whole nother level now.
Devontae mid. Sears 0 for 5. Ivisic with the rebound. Last time Mark Sears was scoreless, he was playing for the Ohio Bobcats. In fact, it's the only other career game he was scoreless. And Sherrell throws in his.
He's a long winner.
Skips all the way to Nelson. Puts up an air ball from the corner. I think somebody.
Illinois guarded this well. They were working on this action and shoot around.
Thompson drills the 3 at the shot clock buzzer.
Screen set, he drives into the paint, pops it out. Stapleton pump fakes back to Shelton in the corner. Too short, corralled here by Olafioye right on cue. Brewster now with it, back to Olafioye. He steps into a 3. Off the front iron, corralled by sigh of relief. When the big man checked back into the game here at the State Farm Center. Here's Olafioye again, trying to make it go the second time. Couldn't. Crucial part of this game, excuse me. Stapleton now. He finds Obadiah Curtis, and Curtis. With the
Tomislav Ivisic, the precision passing that we've seen has been so impressive today.
Oh, and Bronze with the answer.
And Amari Burnett, he's out of Chicago, played at Texas, check. Now he's a Wolverine, golden shoved as he's fired in a foul.
A 7-0 Illinois run, already up 13. Harding to DeBelle, and he stops the run.
Good with that from Brock Harding, drawing a crowd there. Good slip.
Bronze. Throws it down. It's poster time at Champaign.
Yeah, they've been really good off the ball tonight. That 5-out offense, there's plenty of space, and Ivisic is finding guys.
Bronze, strong kid, but that time he
drives, pulls up, double clutch, tried to deal it. Malawatch.
Bonus. 6'6", big, strong.
Oh! Just like that. Big, strong.
Inside of a minute. 2-man game. Crowell. Count it.
That empty side ball screen.
Holland. Again. Aggressive. Carson Cooper can't get it to stay down.
Back as well.
The flu really hit this Illinois team. The lob again, and it's Cooper from Holloman.
See if Scott Clark can get activated here.
Andrews to Bilodeau. Bilodeau hung in the air. Shot won't go.
Down, slashing to the basket. Here's Edmonds. Off the glass and missed it.
Boy, nice little two-man game.
Hinkle with Ballhorn. He's battled illness. Illinois expecting to have Trey White back tonight as they go from the bench. Nice little give and go. Somerville had it altered by Ivisic, who's already got 3 blocks in this game. Harper, nice feed. Somerville.
Somerville there did a great job of taking that up.
Here's turns the corner, the lob underneath for Zapawa. Backing down, Ivisic leans in a little bit too much. Offensive rebound. 5-point Illini lead, 13:43 left to play in regulation.
Just a vision into this game for Kasparas Yakachonis.
Galloway, bounce, Balo.
Oh, the major slam.
They need to get Umar the 5 for Mike Woodson. Can somebody get going? Galloway lob it up. Balo slam it home.
They found something here with the Umar Balo pick and roll. And that's
Inside touch. AG had it blocked by Ivisic. Wilksey. AG down low, creating space. Good seal from Ivisic.
And tapped away on a Niederhauser. That's a shame. That was a beautiful pass. Turn, floats it up. Conan Niederhauser flushes it home. What a fuck. Put up 109 points in a conference game on the road. Baldwin feeds again, got it deflected. Great defense by DeLeon. Feeds beautifully to Conan Niederhauser for the dunk.
Which isn't bad, guy, 4 and 8 minutes. Not great, but not bad. But when they get stops and get you to miss, you can't add the turn.
Prepared for Big Ten ball. It starts in just a matter of days for them.
And they've seen a lot of different looks as well. Especially we talked about their ball screen, heavy offense.
Conjay with half the shot clock down, looking to draw. Oswald stays with him. Lob it inside. Winter guys at home.
no patience there. John Conjay, you're so...
Better brother early, maybe. Both were talking trash during the week. Lob it up. Slam it down. Ivisic rocks the rim. That one.
On Kylan Boswell, the other number 4. Here is Vassell. Evan Johnson, nice dish back to Vassell, but he traveled.
Nelson who finishes it up. How about the patience of Phylon? Didn't get cleared until really late in the season. Mark he wraps the screen all the way to the collision at the rim to play verticality legally. Watch out.
Nelson ball fake. Ivisic is 7-1 with the rejection. By the way, 18 points on 7 of 10 shooting, including 3 of 4 from 3. Another flush.
Rayshawn Taylor and his cousin Brian Taylor in the starting lineup. Good drop off. Sakanis, the big fella, uses the window to tie it early.
I'll tell you what, Taylor with a nice. A lot of times he would have tried to go up and score that thing, but you see the maturation taking place on the floor.
5 straight from Thompson, the 3, and now the bucket on the inside.
The actions that Illinois gives you. He's a tough cover.
Thompson can't finish through the contacts. Illinois got a chance to.
Now on this trap, you're going to get an open look if you overhelp. Look at this. He makes that.
And that's 1,000 for Trey Kaufman-Rent, and it feels like.
To tee it up. I would see Rent to be a little bit right away. A little more. Look at this footwork.
So aggressive to score.
Took 2 as well. Pounded.
Can't keep him silent for too long. Look at that screen by Smith. Oh, he takes that hit right on. Great to get to the rim.
Make some of these threes if they're going to shoot this many.
Yeah, but the rebounding, that's where they were the top rebounding team in the country, and then they really have changed their tune the last few.
What a rebound.
Time winning his coach really has done a tremendous job now in his 15th season. Traore, reverse. No, but a whistle, and we'll head the other way.
Interesting connection to this Duke program with your Player of the Year award.
Oh, Christian Laettner.
Oh! As James tried to bang it.
You got two speedy guys guarding each other right now.
High off the glass, but McGee could not get it.
Kamari.
Spears. 15-footer. Strong. Batted around. Ivisic. Akins. 18-footer. Count it.
Smart Gus.
Richardson. Spears. 14.
I don't think Spears really.
Three-pointer won't go, and Kobe Johnson running with the rebound. Johnson, good hands defensively, has that stolen away. Now with 7 to shoot. Mack thought about pulling up. Instead, the up and under. And he can't find it. They're
hanging around. See if they get somebody else going besides Daly.
Mack off the screen. Back through the contact and one.
What a play. He's giving up a few inches there, but didn't give any ground.
Big possession for the Bruins as Clark takes this lead under double digits.
Great job.
30 comes out, and Will Riley was magnificent in the first half. 8 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, no turnovers. Checks in. Odicali now up to 13.
It's their last 5 from the floor. Trying to bleed inside, falling away. The jumper is good for Williams.
Way that Jeremiah.
Williams got inside, missed the shot and a push. Davis pushing Somerville.
With it now on top is Fulton. Tries into a nest of defenders.
Wow, look at this one.
How about that? Yegorov top, they got Mobley. And they got Bradshaw trying to set a screen. Mobley backpedals over Ivisic, and it'll sail out of bounds.
I think they'd like to get
58% from the floor, 50% from 3, 86% from the line, and finally something to stop the bleeding from Miles Rice.
See the stat stuffing game for him against Penn State. As you mentioned, 7, 6, and 6. Claude just outside the free throw line, knocks it down. And a really nice job by Claude. 6 seconds to shoot. Claude around the screen, he's got to go. Step back 3. Wouldn't go. Man, that would have been a miracle shot. In with his hands. Claude looking for help. Trying to create space, leans in. Nifty move from Desmond Claude.
AG been very active, and USC kind of forced to roll the dice with those 3 fouls by AG, getting him back out there.
Yates with the runner.
His ability to fit.
Really carried him down the stretch with his offense in that ball screen. They were playing drop coverage. He lived at the elbows the other night.
The shot clock low and slipping and turning it over.
At that point, may not be this year, but very soon.
Here's Diallo. Now the offense is getting going for Washington.
Only down 11. I'd say only because if you told me before the game with under a minute to go in the first half, if he hadn't scored, it'd be 25 or 30.
He bats that out of its nearly century-old classic charm. And for either team today, I know this wouldn't fall in the category of statement.
But it doesn't matter. A win is a win is a win at this point of the season. Trying to get Osobor started here in the second half. 2 possessions in a row. He scores on that one.
His first bat asking for the screen.
Pull it. There you go.
Brian. 17-point Illinois first half lead, 11-point halftime lead. Zoom Diallo downhill.
So athletic.
What the me shake move, and he drives straight to the basket, undeterred.
Barthélemy has been one of the best shooters.
Tomislav Ivisic back on the floor. He's playing with 2 fouls. He's set for nearly the final 7 minutes of the half. The Missouri fan asked to leave, and he's going to get out before the posse can get him. Jeff Anderson wasted no time. Turnover.
3.5 minutes gone by and still no points.
What a screen.
There's a 3.
Man, hello, Kate Phillips. Welcome to the game.
25 seconds remaining here. 6-point ball game. McGee drives. McGee finishes inside hand. Pretty.
That switch just burned you.
No doubt. Number 1 team in the country coming to town. McGee to the rim again. This time he can't finish. Rebound poked around. McGee has it on the outside.
Has accomplished a great deal already in his collegiate career. Here's Flan, New York City point guard. The penetration. Rejected. Ivisic. Work his rotation.
You two were very young when you knew one another. With the New Jersey Nets, yes, those 7 guys, injuries, a real dilemma early on for him.
Flan comes up short. 4 turnovers.
He shot of Brad's son Tyler, who had played for him as well.
Jump shot doesn't go for Flan. Ivisic find a little something in that area.
There's that drop coverage. You're going to have to settle for that jumper.
Floater, Wagner, no. Grab by Ivisic. And he clears. Wagner
loves to attack.
He draws the big. Wagner, and it's rejected by Ivisic.
Size prevails.
Illinois had a answer or 2.
Good response. There's that drop coverage. You go in too deep, and you don't get anything.
Denied by Ivisic. 2
5 ball turnovers. Maryland's willing to go. Here we go, right into the paint, right to Julian Reese, right to work. Pinballs out and a rebound to Ivisic. It looks like it's going to be one. These last 5 games, we've seen the Kylan Boswell they thought they were getting from Arizona. Inside, and Reese muscles it through Ivisic. A strong take right there. What do you make of that?
I think it's a keep out of foul trouble. And they've got matchups at the guard they like with White out there as well as Boswell. They got the pen.
And takes his measure of Ivisic right now.
He does have a counter. You're dead when he gets that. Goodness.
And the help didn't really come either. He spun it.
Mentioned deep round, I think with Luther Head as well in the old days, right? Look at him roll around people. Didn't convert. An issue, but they help kick it.
On an island right now. Ivisic got dug through, missed it. Rebound Ivisic.
Again.
Stars were opening up our broadcast to beat Rutgers a couple days ago. They go inside. Beautiful shot. Golden gets it to go. Coming off a 20. Jonas was there. Down low. It's Golden. And Ivisic with his hand. Shot clock at 6 with the chiseling move inside. White rebound. Golden and Ivisic, 2 of the best big men in the conference. And if you're Brad Underwood, you got to pull games where they've gotten 15 threes or more, the most in the Big Ten. Working inside, Golden with the maneuver, and he chisels for 2. Unless they're going to help. He's got the ball right now. Ivisic is on him. And again, the muscles right there for Golden. Knocked away inside. Cheddar! Number 11, Wisconsin Badgers. Golden on the wing. Shot clock at 8. Ivisic is there, trying to get pickpocketed by White. And White will grab the miss. And now, Michigan State in the Big Ten. Inside Golden. And that's where Michigan had success early in the... By the way, has not been to the NCAA tournament in 3 years. They're going this year. Dancing is Golden. For the afternoon. Looks like Michigan State's going to be alone and first in the conference. A try by Golden County. With a little over.
Guys who has battled sickness on this Illinois team, but feeling better today. Dembele short on the hook.
Better job there by Ivisic of opening up and taking away Sanford at the rim.
Now Mulvey trying to get around him, and a good block by Ivisic.
Good defensive possession there by the
table. Sanford contested down inside. Dembele got to put it up. Left it short. Final seconds. He's a good one. All right, Iowa needs to find their footing here.
You got to get Josh Dix and Peyton Sanford going. Because there's just no way, if they're not factors, that they can win a game like this.
Number 13 tonight. Here he is defending Dembele. Knocked out of bounds. It went off of Ivisic.
Okay. He squared it up, let it go, but a little too excited.
Dunbar gets closer. How about those feet? The dream shake. They teach you that.
Just tuning in, he was sick today, so he is not feeling 100%. He's defending the post right here, and he's able to defend it well, but it's saved.
Good defense by Ivisic.
Crowell trying to spin around him. Keeps that pivot foot, draws the foul, and Ivisic picks up his first personal.
Really good for Wisconsin in the first half and going to the post for number 22 and white.
Well, they're attacking Ivisic, but Crowell can't get it to drop.
He loves that little.
Crowell bumping inside, right hand hook. No, rebound Humrickhouse.
Ivisic doing a really nice job when your best player is having a rough night.
10 for Gibbs Lawhorn. Stephen Crowell, that's his money move, and you called it earlier, that little shimmy shake.
Michigan State picking it up. 5 to shoot. Pivot. That one blocked. Zapawa.
Over to Bilodeau. Bilodeau thought about the pass. Now he wants to go to work offensively, and that is an air ball scooped up by Morez Johnson.
The ability to go to your bench when your top player is in foul trouble and bring in Will Riley.
Cooper, pretty little spin on the baseline. The play. Michigan State goes to the box, and Kohler. Bodies bumping. Kohler. Young man who continues to take damage coming in the first half. But boy, they desperately need something from him down the stretch. Inside of 4, this is Kohler, turns and hits. Massive shot.
And he'll go to work. Bodies him up. Ballo, pure strength inside, can't force it in. Tangled up away from the basketball, and a double foul.
Well, pick and pop of Ivisic, very capable three-point shooter, making Ballo pay for it.
Ballo, the easy one.
That's where he does his work so well, getting there early.
Ivisic doing his work early.
That's got to be a foul. He's put 2 hands on Ballo.
And finally, the whistle does blow. Ballo will get 2 free throws with working on Ivisic. Ballo back down. Ballo can't get the bucket to go.
He's right there at the front of the rim.
Kern down low. Niederhauser. And Conan Niederhauser off the side of the backboard ends up in the hands of Kern and not to Hicks. Hicks met by White. Now Conan Niederhauser tries to go baseline up and under, blocked by Ivisic.
Points that they have been able to accumulate, all of them have been so difficult, witnessed by the fact this is a team that averages 18 assists per ball game. Tonight, 5 on May.
Lawhorn had 11 off the bench.
Well, the thing is that the difference between Washington and Illinois, at least right now, is Osibor has to score. Iheanacho gets the follow.
To Davis.
It's hard to play a slower pace when you're down.
Osibor gets the foul drawn on Ivisic. It's his second foul.
Obviously, as they did the other night, but it's hard as a team. You know, 16 for 29. How many nights are you going to do that?
Ivisic with the foul. That's his third. Osibor. And he travels.
Good call.
Or 16 the other night against Oregon. Osibor gets it back. Humrickhouse doubles. Osibor bullies in and draws the foul on Ivisic.
Be right now without Nate Biddle healthy. He has been injury prone his entire 4 years, but so talented and long. And he travels screens with Humrickhouse. You have to communicate and be exact because what he wants is pick and pop threes.
Biddle bothered by Humrickhouse, fouled by Humrickhouse.
And in big games, how does it translate to this stage? Marshall, baby hook, and Ivisic with the rebound.
Those things from 3. First Illini freshman with 3 straight games of 20+. Wow, dream shake, nightmare finish.
And that's been one of his moves.
Amos looking to post up on Yakachonis. Janicki on the drive, bounce it, Crowell, banks it home.
But that's Janicki playing under control. You get to that jump
Block. Blackwell, drive, caught up, 3 to shoot. Crowell's going to have to make it happen on the back down. And Crowell doesn't get the roll.
And
Good defensive possession there by Illinois.
Defense by Little Rock Trojans. Did a good job stealing it, being patient, getting a good look.
And that slam inside ends what was a 6-0 Illinois run. It's to talk with Boswell before the game, and I'll clean it up for air, but he was like, I was a little tired of people saying this guy's such a great scorer. And he went in knowing he was going to shut him down.
Once the line out to shoot those mid-range shots, in terms of an analytics situation, it's not a high level.
McCabe threw it away. Pro's pro move. Way to go.
Oh, man.
And that was a good thing he did, because there were a couple of T-shirts that were getting close.
Oh, they're going to malfunction. They're not going to catch me in the head.
One yet.
No doubt. Oh, good
Ivisic turned it away.
In Birmingham. In the Tide's backyard.
McCabe. An air ball.
Excellent
defense. Goes to get a shot to go. This is where they want to play. McCabe driving. McCabe having a good day, but that one wouldn't go for him.
Team selection. 1 year at Louisville, a year ago, where he averaged 12 a game. Now with the Illini. Sakanis off the mark, boarded by Yakachonis.
Panthers back at it on their own end. Bolis with it up against Ivisic. The hook shot. Good. Eastern Illinois up 4-2 here. Huge news, literally huge news for Illinois Thursday that they get him back this season. Bolis in the paint. Ivisic defending. They are going to say it stays on this end. A foul to Stapleton. Stapleton finds Kalu. No good on the baby hook. Ivisic.
35% from three on the year. Part of his 19-point, 10-rebound performance in the win over Iowa. And a good block. Remember, he's playing with 2 fouls. Hung in on that hesitation and just made the COVID Big Ten KI won it. And so there's a certain amount of pressure to repeat. Harding inside, rejected by Ivisic. It looked like the shot fake actually allowed.
But this guy's crushing their hopes.
They're so deliberate offensively.
I
thought so too. Illinois basketball when we come back. Better job there by Ivisic of opening up and taking away Sanford at the rim.
Now Mulvey trying to get around him, and a good block by Ivisic.
Good defensive possession there by the big fella.
This Knippel, Proctor, Flag, James, Malawach. Here's Flag across the lane, down the lane. That will block Ivisic. Ball batted around, loose, out of bounds.
That's excellent gap defense that time by the Blue Devils.
Here's Malawach, power dribble, pump fake, blocked by Ivisic. Officials letting him play.
Played for the Illini in the 80s. Gives it up to McGee. Hit the underside of the rim. Blackwell rejected. Out to Klesman. He waits.
Part has struggled. He's still been a pretty good distributor of the ball. And people may be saying, hey, what's wrong with Yakachonis? Nothing. He's a first-year guy.
Ivisic with the block against Garcia.
Every
consecutive start for Gibbs Lawhorn. Great on the defensive end. Offense has stepped up. There's Harper with the runner. No good. Offensive rebound rejected by Ivisic. He's got another block. How about a third? The man's a menace.
I think Illinois. That shot all of a sudden looks so confident. Ivisic picking and popping and drilling it over Ballo.
Oh, then he sends him Baco packing to 3-on-1. Yakachonis leading. Gibbs Lawhorn so far in his first game against Illinois. Galloway with half the shot clock gone. Turns the corner, lobbed it up. Ivisic got a piece, knocked out of bounds, and staying here.
Good high hands there by
Inside touch. AG had it blocked by Ivisic.
Well designed.
Kick it out to Hicks. Hicks met by White. Now Conan Niederhauser tries to go baseline up and under, blocked by Ivisic. At 4 to shoot. Kern's got to go. Got around the screen. Kern rejected by Ivisic. The 3 no good. And it's a shot clock.
But Gibbs Lawhorn had 11 off the bench.
Well,
the thing is that the difference between Washington and Illinois, at least right now, is Osobor has to score as Iheanacho gets to follow. For Washington, that shot's open right there. They're letting him. Iheanacho's going to have to pull that.
Osobor blocked by Ivisic.
Well, Osobor, one of the best guys in the league at drawing fouls.
When you have bigs, when you have bigs that can step out, it is so hard to guard. Now a block by Ivisic.
He's one of the best scorers in the country. He's 0 against Boston.
And Colin has taken the challenge.
The drive by Spinelli, and Ivisic is right there to make it super hard for him.
And they break if you get a win, and not just for the team, but for the entire fan bases.
So Ivisic has tied his career high with a swat right there, right on cue with 21. Johnson has set a new career.
Their depth a little bit, and Illinois taking advantage.
Bates got Humrickhouse in the air, couldn't finish. Marshall gets rejected. Here's Yakachonis. Good with his shoe untied on the right foot. And 7 players fouled out of that game. We're on pace for that again today. No finish for Allen.
Even with 3 fouls, good defense from Okpara. Milicic got his man in the air. Milicic drives. Can't hit the layup.
Same deal. This time it's Ivisic.
Jonas. Swing it. Winter. Krause stays on the bench for the time being. Drive knocked away. Ivisic tracked it on Tanjay. 6 to shoot. Gilmore. McGee with 6. McGee drives. McGee with 3. Inside Tanjay. Forces it up. Knocked away. And a shot clock violation will end the fast break.
10 second half points, 4 of 6 from the field.
Each will back it out. Hunger spinning inside and out of bounds. It'll belong to the Cats with 16 to shoot.
And Chris Collins really.
FAU has accomplished a great deal already in his collegiate career. Here's Flan, New York City point guard. The penetration. Rejected. Ivisic. Pretty good balance, too. Apiece. Wagner loves to attack. He draws the big. Wagner, and it's rejected by Ivisic. Size prevails. Second block of 9. Illinois had a answer or 2.
Good response. There's that drop coverage. You're going too deep, and you don't get anything.
Denied by Ivisic. Do not go in there.
And that one off the glass high, but no good from Cardell Bailey. Flip in, blocked by Ivisic. And it will stay on this side of the floor, but nice defensive from 3. That's Dre Gibbs Lawhorn, the sophomore. But quickly up the floor, that one no good from Cardell Bailey. You like the idea, but
by Alabama all the way to the collision at the rim, to play verticality legally. Watch out.
Nelson ball fake. Ivisic is 7-1 with the rejection.
Second foul on SIUE's leading scorer, Rayshon Taylor. Good drive to the basket, but it's blocked by Ivisic.
That's the guy we talked about in the pregame, Colin Boswell, junior transfer, but he couldn't get to 3, and then Dix just lost it. This is uncharacteristic for
Johnson running with the rebound. Johnson, good hands defensively, has that stolen away. Yakachonis hits the deck. And they can run, and they will.
Battle illness. Illinois expecting to have Trey White back tonight as the Gophers turn it over.
How about the hands by Ivisic there to deflect it?
Get the bees out of that ankle. Ace Bailey also back on the floor for Rutgers, and Bailey threw it away.
They trapped him out of that timeout. Now Illinois has got numbers.
Riley feeds. And tapped away. Finding Illini looking to run. Boswell put up 109 points in a conference game on the road. Baldwin feeds again, got it deflected. Great defense by the Fighting Illini. Up ahead with numbers. Riley stops on a dime.
And wanted up high. Wagner was not thinking alley-oop. Swing it for Knox. And he tossed it right to Ivisic. Goes strong. Leak out. Yakachonis.
Wouldn't have the foot speed to cover
13 for Ivisic. Fend off. Thero loses the ball. Johnson holds up defensively. Gibbs, Lawhorn.
Tomislav Ivisic. Bruce will be calling him Tommy most of the night.
I can say Ivisic.
Ivisic with the steal. Riley thought about 21 unanswered points for them.
And I talked about it earlier. I just thought Little Rock would struggle scoring. I didn't think it would be this tough. Great job by the Illini on defense.
Easy to see that this being the first test for Illinois, and that they'll be a team that continues to rise throughout. Ivisic rejects that pass from Nelson. Both teams tough schedules
in the 300s in terms of tempo on the offensive end, but they shoot a ton of threes and they get it in the post.
And a turnover from this great defense into the
mid-range shots. In terms of an analytics situation, it's not a high-level attempt.
Ivisic with the steal. Here comes the alley-oop and two. Way to go.
Oh, man.
And that was a good thing he did because there are a couple of T-shirts that were getting close.
Oh, they're going to malfunction. They're not going to catch me in the head when they do.
10th turnover from Oakland.
Oh, good.
Ivisic turned it away. Good closeout. Boswell, open three from the wing.
Ivisic, a player Alec will talk to us about later on in this broadcast, but big story. Here he is right on cue with the steal. Finds Kasparas Yakuchonis. And